the Interstellar Mecha cook. Hey, fanfic family. So glad to see you here again to continue this incredible adventure. As always, kindly remember, this story is 100% fiction, so don't go looking for dimensional portals in your closet. All rights to this fantastic novel belong to the original author. We're just your humble narrators of epic tales. Are you enjoying the fanfic? Show it by subscribing to our YouTube channel and dropping us a like. And if you're impatient for more exclusive content, our Patreon is your happy place. Chapter 1 on the harmfulness of pig girlfriends. A smooth and fair face, long and slightly curled eyelashes, and dark and deep eyes made my heart beat faster at first sight. You don't know how excited I was at that moment. Lin Yin quickly cut potatoes and nodded randomly. Yes, I must not know. I have never seen him. His thick eyebrows, high nose bridge, and beautiful lip shape all show nobility and elegance. It can't fill my stomach, so it's none of my business no matter how noble and elegant he is, Lin Yin said after cutting the potatoes and started cutting the pork belly. She said that she was very busy and had no time to care about these illusory things. She couldn't sell them for money, so why think so much? I know, that must be the appearance of my true love. Cupid's arrow has shot me. I am powerless to resist, and I will not resist. I will strive to move forward and enjoy the sweetness of love with him. It's not scientific at all. How come Cupid's arrow hasn't shot you into sieve yet? Lin Yin muttered softly. Her hands kept cutting the prepared vegetables and started washing the pots and cooking. It's not that she didn't care about her bestie, but she had heard similar words so many times that she was no longer able to care. Asked how many times Duan Xiaorong had met her true love, Lin Yin felt that she couldn't count it. There was a bestie who met her true love every other day. Lin Yin was also drunk. In this world, true love is so worthless, it's unscientific. As she listened, Lin Yin began to focus on her own work. It was still more important to make money to support the family. As my best friend, you will definitely help me, right? Yin, the woman immersed in the ocean of love opened her eyes and looked at her friend tenderly. The sweet smile on her lips disappeared in an instant. Her almond-shaped eyes widened and she yelled at her best friend in dissatisfaction. Lin Yin, are you listening to me? Lin Yin, who was working hard to cook, trembled in her hand and almost dropped the spatula on the ground. After studying herself, she comforted her best friend perfunctorily. Don't get excited. Of course I listened. Isn't it just that Miss Duan has taken a fancy to someone again and thinks he is so brilliant that you are ready to extend your claws? Duan Xiaorong was immediately hit by a knowing blow. She tried hard to ignore the again in her best friend's words. She sank her little face and stretched out her claws, grabbing Lin Yin's waist fiercely. After rotating her claws 360 degrees clockwise, she said sinisterly, "You are wrong. I will only extend my claws to you. Let go, it hurts." Lin Yin, no longer bothering to cook, begged for mercy with a grimace. "I was wrong, dear wrong, please let go. I know I was wrong. Please raise your hand. Will you dare say that to me again next time?" Duan Xiaorong asked smugly. "No, I'm a pig if you say that again," Lin Yin promised solemnly, tears streaming down her face. Others have gentle and caring best friends, but how could she be so unlucky to have such a cruel and ruthless person? A true pig best friend. Duan Xiaorong chuckled, knowing full well that someone was secretly cursing her again, but she didn't care. Slowly, she let go of her hand. "Okay, I'll be magnanimous and not argue with you about this. But what have you thought about? What have you thought about?" Lin Yin blinked, her eyes wide with confusion. She refuted her best friend's call for help. How could a girl so pure she hadn't even had her first love know how to pursue a man? Well, she was determined to play dumb. Duan Xiaorong decided to say nothing and continue cooking. After a chaotic period, Lin Yin finally finished cooking before the food started to burn. She lazily carried several large pots of food out of the kitchen. It was almost 11 o'clock, and the fast food customers should be arriving soon. There was no time to waste. Lin's fast food had been open for almost 2 years and was quite popular in the area for its delicious food and affordable prices. Today, Lin Yin's mother wanted to go out on a date, and the abandoned Lin Yin called her best friend for help. Unexpectedly, her best friend was a typical young lady who didn't do any housework. She couldn't help at all, and instead, she frequently stretched her claws against her. "This life is unbearable," Lin Yin raged, her anger refusing to speak. She momentarily forgot the heartache of her mother being snatched away. She rolled her eyes indignantly at her best friend, who was sitting in the shop chewing sunflower seeds. She turned, put on a smile, and began to greet customers. "Welcome, would you like the 10 yuan portion or the 15 yuan portion?" Lin Yin was so busy ordering snacks and collecting payments that she almost forgot about her best friend, Duan Xiaorong. By midnight, less than a third of the snacks were left, but many people were still buying. Lin Yin felt a little regretful. Since her mother wasn't around today, she hadn't cooked half the dishes, and her income would be cut in half. Well, after selling everything, she'd go to bed early and relax. She planned to go to the supermarket to buy some fruit. She hadn't had an apple in a few days, and she was craving it. With a sip of her saliva, she sped up her pace. Seeing that the fast food was about to sell out, Duan Xiaorong, who had been sitting idly by the counter munching on sunflower seeds, suddenly stood up and squeezed past a busy Lin Yin. With a sweet smile and a coquettish voice, she said, "Welcome. What kind of fast food would you like? 10 yuan or 15 yuan, big? What are you doing?" Lin Yin was confused. Just as she was about to tell her best friend to stop messing around and move aside, she looked up and saw a handsome boy standing in front of her fast food window. Looking at her best friend's infatuated and attentive look, Lin Yin suddenly understood, this must be her best friend's new true love, so she quietly stepped away. "You?" The handsome boy looked at Duan Xiaorong with a hint of surprise, and asked hesitantly, "Do you work here?" "Oh, no, my best friend's mom is out today, so I came to help her," Duan Xiaorong said with a smile. "Whatever you like, it's my treat." "That won't work," the handsome boy refused with a blushing face. Duan Xiaorong did not insist. Treating her to fast food was too cheap. "Then I'll get you some more good dishes. My bestie is a very nice person. She doesn't mind giving her friends more discounts." Watching her idiot bestie discounting the 2 meat dishes and 1 vegetable dish that cost 10 yuan to 15 yuan for 3 meat dishes and 2 vegetables, and watching her idiot bestie still desperately filing the disposable lunchbox with stewed potatoes and meat, Lin Yin felt upset. Did she have to be so obvious about her giving herself away? How much money would she lose? No, I must make this girl pay for the economic losses later. Lin Yin's eyes flashed with murderous intent. Lin Yin had made up her mind, but she didn't expect her bestie to not accept it. When the handsome guy was about to leave with a full meal of fast food, Duan Xiaorong followed him with her small bag, leaving only one sentence from a distance, "Xiao Yin, I see you're not busy here anymore, so you shouldn't need me. I'll leave first, see you later." The idiot bestie who forgot her friends for a beautiful woman left, and Lin Yin was petrified. Chapter 2, Is it more respectable to die of stink or drown? Carrying a bag of apples in her left hand and a bag of groceries in her right, Lin Yin walked home alone. As a single-parent child without a father, Lin Yin had relied on her mother for over a decade. In the past, it was either her mother who went shopping for groceries, or she would accompany her. Now, all alone, she felt a bit lonely. Sighing inwardly, Lin Yin silently encouraged herself, "Lin Yin, you've grown up. You shouldn't cling to your mother anymore. You shouldn't feel resentful watching Uncle Tan take her away. That's too selfish," but she still felt unhappy. From now on, her mother wouldn't be hers alone. Uncle Tan had a younger brother, so she would have more people to care about. Looking up at the sky, Lin Yin tried to force back the tears, but her foot suddenly gave way. A dull thud followed. Lin Yin didn't have time to wonder who had lifted the manhole cover. The stench was overwhelming, and she passed out. When Lin Yin regained consciousness, she smelled disinfectant. She breathed a sigh of relief, but dared not open her eyes. She wasn't blind, and falling into a sewer in broad daylight was too humiliating. She was thankful she was still alive. But then again, the sewers were incredibly stinky. If no one had rescued her, she might have drowned or died from the stench. Drowning would have been more dignified, Lin Yin thought uncertainly. "Dr. K, why hasn't my Miaomiao woken up yet? Didn't you say there's nothing serious?" A clear, pleasant male voice echoed with a sound of footsteps. Lin Yin's eyes lit up. It was rare to hear such a pleasant voice. It seemed like being hospitalized had its benefits. There was a reason why Lin Yin and Duan Xiaorong were such close friends. Duan Xiaorong was obsessed with looks, while Lin Yin was obsessed with the sound of anything pleasant. According to the results of the recent examination, Miss Lin is simply experiencing excessive mental energy depletion. She should wake up after replenishing her energy and resting for a few hours. The attending physician frowned, hesitantly saying, How about I examine Miss Lin again? Okay, I'll trouble you, Dr. K, the clear, pleasant voice said, tinged with gratitude. You're welcome. This is what we should do, the attending physician replied calmly, walking to Lin Yin's bedside and activating the mental energy monitor. Even if she was slow to react, Lin Yin sensed something was amiss. The male voice was pleasant, but also unfamiliar. And he was approaching her bedside, and the doctor was examining her. What the hell was that all about? Excessive mental energy depletion? She didn't care to dwell on the humiliation of falling into a sewer in broad daylight. Lin Yin's eyes fluttered open, and all she saw was a blanket of white. The hospital was white, yes, but who was that strange man with a concerned look on his face beside the bed? What was that strange device at the bedside? And could that white suction cup on her forehead be used for a physical exam? Miaomiao, you're awake. Lin Yuquan grabbed Lin Yin's hand in surprise, his clear voice a little out of tune. His niece was finally awake, otherwise he would have to call home for help. Lin Yin glanced at Lin Yuquan silently and closed her eyes woodenly. She must be dreaming. There was a strange handsome guy holding her hand tightly and calling a strange name, and she was not staying in a strange ward. Dr. K, why doesn't my Miaomiao speak? Is her voice affected? Lin Yuquan looked at the attending physician, who was busy looking at the instrument analysis data in confusion. After analyzing the collected data, Kaya looked at the girl on the bed with her eyes closed but her eyeballs still rolling around, and then looked at Lin Yuquan with a nervous face, and said speechlessly, Ms. Lin is in very good condition now. The damage to the mental realm will not affect her throat. As for why she doesn't speak, maybe she is tired. She was in very good condition but ignored him. Lin Yuquan felt cold in his heart. He called out Miaomiao a few more times unwillingly. After making sure that there was no response, he touched his chin and began to wonder if he had overlooked something. When did he offend his niece, the parent who provided him with food and clothing? After making sure that the patient was no longer in danger, Kaya began to pack up the equipment. Before leaving the ward, he kindly reminded Lin Yuquan, who had a sad face, Miss Lin's injury is no big deal anymore, but damage to the mental realm is no small matter. Even if she recovers, she has to rest well. She can't use her mental power for at least half a year, and she can't practice either. No way, I have to rest for so long. Lin Yuquan didn't care about being sad. Not being able to use mental power meant not being able to use the mecha. Miaomiao liked mecha so much, how could she bear it? Half a year is still too short, Kaya said with a stern face, unable to resist lecturing. You young people are just not steady. Even if you want to work hard to make progress, you have to pay attention to the method. You clearly know that overusing your mental power will cause damage to your spiritual realm, but none of you take it seriously. Now look, you are hurt, dumbfounded, huh? Kaya shook his head and prepared to leave. Lin Yuquan, who was being scolded innocently, had a bitter face. Seeing Kaya's back almost disappearing, he asked weakly, Dr. K, when can my Miaomiao be discharged from the hospital? Kaya, who had just finished scolding someone and was full of joy, froze. He coughed to cover up his anger and regain his composure. Oh, I forgot to say, Miss Lin can be discharged now, and Mr. Lin can go to complete the discharge procedures. This doctor seemed a bit unreliable, forgetting something as important as discharge, even though his medical skills were indeed excellent. Lin Yuquan grumbled inwardly, turning to his niece, who had her eyes closed, and said flatteringly, Miaomiao, wait here obediently. Uncle will go and get you discharged. We'll go home and recuperate. As soon as Lin Yuquan left, Lin Yin opened her eyes. She hadn't seen much in her previous quick glance, but now she finally had time to take in her surroundings. The small, square, white room looked much like the single rooms she'd seen before. The single iron bed was no different. The sheets and duvet cover were of high quality, soft and comfortable, and clean to the point of looking new. Then, on the bedside cabinets sat a strange instrument. It was large, round, and transparent, like a crystal ball. It had no buttons, only a transparent tube running down the middle, which connected to the transparent suction cup she'd placed on Lin Yin's forehead. Lin Yin breathed a sigh of relief, subconsciously ignoring the strange conversation between Lin Yuquan and the doctor. She was just thankful that she hadn't fallen into anything too strange. That strange instrument must be a new national invention. The next step was to find out who the man claiming to be his uncle was. Besides his mother, Lin Yin had no other relatives. Could it be that he had recognized the wrong person? Chapter 3 It is wrong to randomly recognize relatives. The hospital's discharge procedures were quite efficient. In less than 20 minutes, Lin Yuquan came back after completing the procedures. Glancing at his niece who still had her eyes closed, he didn't rush to wake her up, but slowly packed up his things. Although he had only been in the hospital for one night, Lin Yuquan brought quite a few things with him, including teacups, insulated lunchboxes, toothbrushes and towels, spare clothes, fruits, snacks, etc., although many of them were not used. After packing up his things and throwing them into the space button, Lin Yuquan walked to the bedside and softly called, "Miaomiao, wake up first, let's go home and rest." The deliberately softened voice sounded better. Lin Yin hesitated for a while. He had to be discharged from the hospital, but he should ask things clearly before being discharged. Although it was nice to have a handsome uncle with a nice voice, he couldn't just claim him as a relative. Under Lin Yuquan's expectant gaze, Lin Yin finally opened his eyes. However, his first words were not uncle, but hey, handsome guy, you've got the wrong person. My mother is my only relative, and she never told me I have an uncle. Hearing this, Lin Yuquan seemed to have encountered something unbelievable. He stared at Lin Yin with wide eyes, the smile on his face gradually disappearing, and his expression gradually darkened. Just when Lin Yin thought he was about to lose his temper, Lin Yuquan raised his left wrist and randomly pressed a few buttons on a silver watch. As if watching a 3D movie, a white light shot out from the silver watch, and a phantom appeared in the air. It was a middle-aged man who looked somewhat similar to Lin Yuquan. The man opened his mouth and said, "Third brother, you'd better have something important to say. You should know that I'm in an important meeting right now, brother, it's over. Miaomiao doesn't recognize us again and doesn't want us anymore. She said her mother is her only relative," Lin Yuquan shouted. "What?" Lin Yuhei became serious. "How can that be? Without me, her mother couldn't have given birth to her. How can she not recognize me?" "That's not the point." Lin Yuquan was a little overwhelmed. Why was his eldest brother so unreasonable? Lin Yuhei also felt that there was something wrong with his answer, and asked obediently, "What's the point?" "The point is that I obviously haven't offended Miaomiao recently. I prepare meals for her on time every day, pick her up from school on time, and haven't even been to a bar." Lin Yuquan felt more and more sad as he spoke. In order to take care of his little niece, he, a healthy young man, didn't even have a girlfriend or go to a bar. It was not easy for him. "Miaomiao doesn't recognize you, so it's fine." "How can she not recognize her uncle?" "Third brother, what do you mean? What do you mean by not recognizing us? I am her father, the father who raised her with all his heart." Lin Yuhei was not happy. Why should a daughter not recognize her father? He didn't stop supporting her. "What? It was obviously my sister-in-law who raised her. You just paid a little money and held her when you had time," Lin Yuquan retorted with a curl of his lips. "But I have to make money to support my daughter. If I were to stay home and take care of her every day, how would I get the money to support her? If you don't go out to earn money, my sister-in-law will. You're not the only one who can make money." The two brothers argued back and forth, completely unaware that the topic had unknowingly gone off the rails. Lin Yin had just recovered from the surprise of her watch turning into a high-end communicator, and was troubled by the nonsensical argument between Lin Yuhei and his brother. However, she now realized that she was in a bad situation. Putting aside the issue of whether she had mistakenly recognized relatives, the high-tech communication equipment she saw was completely out of the 21st century. Perhaps she should observe what was going on quietly first. Having made up her mind, Lin Yin quietly interrupted the conversation between the Lin Yuhei brothers. Didn't you say you were going to be discharged? When are we leaving?" "Oh, it seems that he forgot something important." Lin Yuquan realized that he had made a mistake. The nurse would come to clean the ward soon. If she saw them still here, she would definitely complain about the fine for overtime. Although he didn't care about a small amount of money, it was very embarrassing to be fined. Without saying a word, Lin Yuquan turned off the communicator without saying a word, and said to Lin Yin with a smile, "Miaomiao is so good. You still remember to remind your uncle about important things. Let's go home now." Lin Yin was amazed to find that the handsome guy who called himself his uncle had completely forgotten what happened just now. She was originally worried that this cheap uncle would ask what she meant by randomly claiming relatives just now. But this is a good thing, as it saves her from wasting time explaining, playing tricks. Upon leaving the hospital, Lin Yin realized she was in a completely different world. Their vehicle for home wasn't a car on the ground, but a flying car. She observed it silently for a moment, realizing it lacked a steering wheel. Instead, it had rows of round buttons and a square LCD screen. She felt a little worried. There were no roads or road signs in the air, so she figured she wouldn't crash. But she soon realized her worries were completely unfounded. Lin Yin simply pressed a few buttons and casually said, "Go to 98 Xingshan Road, Wangfang District." The car automatically started, no manual operation required. It was so convenient, Lin Yin felt a little envious. She wished she had a flying car like that. She could go wherever she wanted, safely and quickly. As if sensing Lin Yin's envy, Lin Yin smiled and said, "Miaomiao, don't be envious. Didn't your uncle tell you long ago that when you come of age, you can buy as many speeding cars as you want? Even if you buy one now, you can't use it, and you won't get a license. Why did you need a license if you didn't even need to drive manually?" Lin Yin couldn't understand, but she couldn't ask. These were probably common sense questions that would definitely expose her. After seeing so many different things, even the most clueless Lin Yin knew what she was doing. It was just a time travel plot from those cliched online novels and TV dramas. However, she seemed unlucky and didn't have the memories of her original owner. What should she do? Should she pretend to have amnesia? With the advancement of technology and the advancement of hospitals, she didn't know if amnesia could be cured. What if someone had already done it? Would she be exposed in a moment? She had to take things one step at a time. She had no idea what her old world had become. If she knew she had fallen into the sewer and died, her mother would be devastated. Lin Yin felt sad and couldn't help but sigh deeply. Lin Yin didn't have the chance to be sad for too long, as her sensitive uncle Lin Yin had already spoken anxiously. "What's wrong with Miaomiao? Does your head still hurt?" "Yes, it still hurts a little, and I feel dizzy," Lin Yin replied. She didn't lie. She had been in a state of tension since she woke up, and only after she was sure that she had traveled through time did she force herself to relax. Only then did she realize that her head had been a little dizzy and a little painful. Lin Yin pressed a button in the control area, and the backrests of the two rows of seats in the front and back of the flying car slowly fell back, and finally became one piece. He took out a thin blanket from under the seats and motioned to Lin Yin, "Take a rest first. It will take 2 or 3 hours to get home. The functions are really complete," and Lin Yin said that she has learned a lot. Chapter 4, The Domineering CEO Dad Appears. When she woke up again, Lin Yin was no longer in the car, but sleeping on a soft, 3-meter-long bed. The sheets and quilt were a uniform dark blue, plain. She stepped out barefoot and discovered she was no longer wearing the black casual suit she'd changed into before leaving the hospital, but a dark blue silk nightgown. This must be the original owner's bedroom, Lin Yin thought, and curiously looked around. The sight was astonishing. It was just a bedroom, but it was over 100 square meters in size. The room was sparsely furnished, with only a bed, a desk, a chair, and a built-in wardrobe. It sounded simple and elegant, but in reality, it looked nothing like a daughter's boudoir. Perhaps because the owner was rather calm, the room lacked bright colors. From the furniture to the walls, it was a uniform dark blue. This was a bit too much for even the self-proclaimed precocious Lin Yin. Living in such a depressing room for a few days would drive her crazy. Lin Yin casually opened the built-in wardrobe and saw the neatly hung casual suits, either black or dark blue. Her lips twitched slightly. Thankfully, the styles were varied, otherwise, if she wore the same color every day, wouldn't others think she didn't change her clothes? Struggling with this thought, Lin Yin suddenly remembered that her hands had become wide and slender, with no calluses on her palms, a clear sign of soul transmigration. Now she should worry about the original owner's situation and whether she could find any clues in the room. She opened the desk drawer and rummaged through it, only to find boxes of cosmetics and skincare products, neatly packaged and undamaged, clearly just for display. There were also a few small ornaments and toys, offering no clues at all. Dejected, she sank back onto the bed. Unsure of what to do, she didn't have the courage to open the dark blue door, fearing that if she ran into the original owner's family, she would be exposed. But what's coming will come. Even if Lin Yin tried to avoid it, the knock on the door brought her back to reality. Taking a deep breath, Lin Yin expressionlessly opened the door, only to be met with a handsome, middle-aged man exuding a stern and imposing aura. It was the man she'd been communicating with her uncle-in-law at the hospital, meaning he was the original owner's father. Should I call him Dad? Lin Yin struggled, feeling a bit awkward, so she remained silent. Then, a serious Lin Yuhei spoke up. Baby, does your head still hurt? Well, the stern and imposing Or had been relegated to a corner by Lin Yuhei. How could he be serious with his sweet and soft daughter? He had to be careful not to scare her, he thought, his expression softening. It doesn't hurt anymore, Lin Yin replied quietly. That's good, Lin Yuhei breathed a sigh of relief. Now that your headache's gone, come downstairs with Daddy for dinner. Yi has prepared your favorite dish, braised pork and potatoes. Lin Yin's eyes lit up at the mention of braised pork and potatoes. It seemed she and the original owner had something in common. Potatoes were her absolute favorite, the kind she could eat every day without getting tired of. Seeing the anticipation in his daughter's eyes, Lin Yuhei's lips curled slightly. Without waiting for a reply, he took her hand and headed for the stairs. Lin Yin moved her hand awkwardly, wanting to pull it back but afraid of arousing suspicion, so she pursed her lips and followed Lin Yuhei closely. Unbeknownst to Lin Yuhei, while his expression remained impassive, he was thrilled. Since his daughter turned 10, he had only held her hand a handful of times. Even when he did, she shyly shivered. He hadn't expected things to go so smoothly today, and his mood instantly soared. Entering the restaurant, Lin Yuhei reluctantly let go of Lin Yin's hand. The table was a rectangular one, and Lin Yuhei simply sat down at random. He patted the chair next to him, motioning for Lin Yin to sit down. Lin Yin obediently sat down. As soon as the two of them sat down, a chubby robot quickly served 5 dishes and a soup, then silently retreated to the kitchen. Lin Yin stared at the robot's back with wide eyes in amazement, wishing she could capture it and study it. This was the first time she had actually seen a robot. She had only seen them on TV before. What are you doing staring at Yi, my dear? Is there anything else you want to eat? Lin Yuhei asked, puzzled. No, Lin Yin hastily denied. This was Yi. It was really nice here, even the housework was taken care of by robots. I just wanted to ask why my uncle wasn't here. Are we just having dinner together? Why did he only remember her uncle? Lin Yuhei was depressed. He opened his mouth to say something, but saw Lin Yuquan rushing in from the restaurant door like a whirlwind and quickly sitting on the other side of Lin Yin. Miao, why didn't you call your uncle when you woke up? You should know that since you woke up so soon, your uncle went to the kitchen to cook for you. You have to replenish your nutrition now. Lin Yuquan ignored his eldest brother's gloomy face, and pulled Lin Yin to talk. Otherwise, wait a little longer, your uncle will prepare delicious food for you. Facing the extremely enthusiastic Lin Yuquan, Lin Yin said that she was under a lot of pressure, but when she saw Lin Yuquan really got up to go to the kitchen, she quickly reached out and grabbed the corner of his clothes. No need, uncle, Yi has already prepared it, and we can't finish it if we cook more. How can that be? Yi's cooking skills are just so-so, how can it compare to your uncle? Lin Yuquan disagreed. Miao's health is the most important. Your uncle has to take good care of you. Lin Yuhei couldn't stand it anymore. Huh? Taking care of you to the hospital is what you call taking good care of you? Well, what happened to Miaomiao was not an accident. Lin Yuquan felt a little aggrieved, but it was difficult to tell his elder brother who looked so imposing, so he could only mutter in a low voice, I can't follow her into the school. If I had the privilege to follow Miaomiao would definitely not be injured. He actually dared to complain. Lin Yuhei frowned. Even if it was not your fault that Guibao was injured, why didn't you notify me the first time after she was admitted to the hospital? This is always your responsibility, right? What the elder brother said made a lot of sense, and Lin Yuquan felt speechless. Realizing that he was in the wrong, Lin Yuquan touched his nose, chuckled twice and changed the subject. Well, I still have to go cook a few of my signature dishes for Miaomiao. Brothers, you guys eat first, I'll be back soon. Just like when he came, Lin Yuquan quickly disappeared in the restaurant. Lin Yin blinked and looked at Lin Yuhei hesitantly. Let's call my uncle to come and eat together. My uncle must be tired after taking care of me in the hospital for so long. The most important thing was that Lin Yin felt that there were only 3 of them dining together, and the dishes on the table were enough, and there was really no need to add more. Chapter 5 Uncle's Specialty. Guibao was truly kind, caring for his elders. Lin Yuhei was deeply touched. However, he said, don't worry about him. Let's eat first, but, no buts. Your uncle is supposed to take care of you. Besides, Guibao, haven't you forgotten the 20,000 credits your dad gives your uncle every month? That's not for nothing. Lin Yin was stunned. Could it be that her uncle was actually her own high nanny? At Lin Yuhei's persuasion, Lin Yin picked up her chopsticks and prepared to eat. The dishes on the table included both meat and vegetables, beautifully presented and smelling enticing. Lin Yin eagerly picked up a potato, but once she took a bite, she was disappointed. The stewed potatoes and meat weren't as delicious as she'd imagined, they were rather bland. After sampling everything on the table, Lin Yin felt a little sluggish. Everything was bland, not her favorite flavor. What she found most unbearable was that, aside from the stewed potatoes and meat, everything else was boiled. Could it be that such a sophisticated place was short on oil? Lin Yin wasn't particularly hungry, so she barely ate half a bowl of rice before putting it down. Just as she was about to say hello to Lin Yuhei and retreat to her room, she saw Lin Yuquan emerge from the kitchen, 2 dishes in each hand. Miaomiao, come try the boiled fish and minced pork eggplant that your uncle made for you, Lin Yuquan greeted with a beaming smile. He proudly placed both dishes in front of Lin Yin and said expectantly, "Last time, you said your uncle's cooking was the best. I've since improved it a few times. See if they were even better." Lin Yin glanced at the red chili peppers coating the boiled fish and the finely chopped pork on the eggplant. Figuring that the original owner had praised both dishes, they shouldn't be terrible, she reached out and shoved a piece of the boiled fish into her mouth. The first thing Lin Yin noticed was, so spicy. Then it became salty, sweet, and a hint of bitterness. She wondered if the fish's gallbladder had ruptured. Is this the so-called uncle's specialty? Is this one of the so-called original owner's favorite dishes? Lin Yin burst into tears. If she had known this would happen, she should have firmly rejected her uncle's kindness and returned to her room to rest early. What should she do now? Tell her uncle that the boiled fish is disgusting? Turning around and meeting Lin Yuquan's expectant eyes, Lin Yin couldn't bring herself to say anything discouraging. This is the original owner's uncle. If she said that his cooking was disgusting, he would definitely feel very uncomfortable. So she praised with tears in her eyes, "Uncle's cooking skills are getting better and better." Lin Yuquan's eyes sparkled, and he said with high spirits, "Of course, don't forget that I am an outstanding graduate of the first culinary academy in the galaxy." What? An outstanding graduate of the first culinary academy in the galaxy? Lin Yin was stunned. Her uncle came from the first culinary academy in the galaxy, and he was an outstanding graduate at that. The school's requirements for chefs were so low. If she went to study there, wouldn't she become a female culinary god? Lin Yuquan naturally didn't know what his niece was thinking. Seeing that she was so enthusiastic, he diligently picked up some dishes for her and said, "Miaomiao, if you like it, eat more and get more nutrition. And this minced meat and eggplant is also your favorite?" Swish. Half a plate of minced meat and eggplant went into Lin Yin's bowl. Looking at the bowl piled up like a mountain, Lin Yin wanted to cry but had no tears. What should she do? Should she eat it? The boiled fish tasted so horrible, and minced meat and eggplant was probably not a delicacy worth looking forward to. Faced with Lin Yuquan's enthusiastic persuasion, Lin Yin bit the bullet and ate a chopstick of minced meat and eggplant. She almost couldn't help vomiting after eating it. The minced meat and eggplant was sour, even sourer than old vinegar. In the end, Lin Yin forced herself to finish the bowl of food. She used to live with her mother and depended on each other. She had no father or uncle at all, and had never enjoyed the care of male elders. Seeing the concern in Lin Yuquan's eyes that could not be concealed, she really didn't want to refuse. After finishing her bowl of minced meat and eggplant, Lin Yin firmly refused Lin Yuquan's offer to have another bowl. If she really finished both of her uncle's loving dishes, she would probably end up in the hospital again. Lin Yin fled the restaurant in a panic, secretly following the same route she took downstairs to return to her bedroom on the 3rd floor, unaware that the restaurant downstairs had become noisy again. The story goes that since Lin Yuquan had served his signature dish, Lin Yuquan and Lin Yin had been busy picking up food while the other was eating. Naturally, Lin Yuhei was left out. Furthermore, Lin Yin kept praising Lin Yuquan's cooking skills, and Lin Yuhei, completely unaware of the insincere nature of his daughter's praise, became jealous. As Lin Yin was leaving the restaurant, Lin Yuquan tried to entice her to finish the boiled fish and minced meat and eggplant. Lin Yin, claiming to be too full, refused to leave. After Lin Yin left, Lin Yuhei, who had been feeling jealous for a long time, decided to try his younger brother's cooking. His daughter, who was usually quiet, actually praised the food repeatedly today. Could it be that his younger brother's cooking skills were really that good? Logically speaking, Lin Yuquan had studied at the Interstellar First Chef Academy for 5 years and had graduated more than a year ago. His family should be very clear about his cooking skills. Unfortunately, Lin Yuquan was considered Lin Kayin's late son, about the same age as Lin Yuhei's eldest son Lin Xianhao. He had been spoiled since childhood. Although he didn't grow up bad, he was still a little lazy and had no sense of cooking to reward his family. It was because Lin Yin, as the only girl in the family, won Lin Yuquan's favor. In order to please his little niece, Lin Yuquan would go through fire and water, let alone just cooking. Although Lin Yin's temperament was a bit cold, it was only cold on the outside but warm on the inside. After tasting Lin Yuquan's dark cuisine, she felt incompetent, but in order not to hurt her uncle's pride, she only praised him against her will. As for the two so-called favorites, they were just two dishes that Lin Yin could barely tolerate. Lin Yuhei, who didn't know the twists and turns, stretched out his claws to the boiled fish, and then he spitted out the food. PFFT, what the hell is this? Why is it so unpalatable? It's over, and my dear niece actually said it was delicious. Could it be that her taste buds have been poisoned? Lin Yuquan, who was regretting that his niece didn't eat all the food he cooked today, was furious. He actually said that his food was unpalatable, when Miaomiao clearly said it was the most delicious. As a famous chef, he absolutely could not tolerate such an insult, not even from his terrifying elder brother. Brother, I know it was my fault for not taking good care of Miaomiao. I don't mind if you scold me or hit me, but you can't slander my cooking skills. Lin Yuquan shouted at Lin Yuhei with a red face and a thick neck. You must apologize to me, right now. What? Apologize? Lin Yuhei looked at his younger brother who had eaten a bear's heart and a leopard's courage. Such a disgusting dish and you won't let me say it? How is it disgusting? Lin Yuquan was angry. It's disgusting everywhere. If you don't believe me, try it yourself. Try it then. Lin Yuquan picked up the chopsticks, quickly tasted two dishes and said righteously, it's obviously so delicious. Big brother, you really don't know what's good. Lin Yuhei. Chapter 6 Lin Miaomiao's Diary. The two brothers parted ways on bad terms. Back in his room, Lin Yuhei began to think. His younger brother, having graduated from the Culinary Academy, was so confident he planned to open a grand hotel that he repeatedly approached him to solicit sponsorship. If it weren't for the family rule that Lin children can continue to study if they like, but must be self-reliant after graduation, with no one to help them, Lin Yuhei would have invested long ago. Lin Yuhei had always assumed his younger brother, as an outstanding graduate, must be a good cook. Even if he struggled to find a job after graduation, it was simply bad luck. Seeing his younger brother depressed, Lin Yuhei became anxious. Just then, Lin Miaomiao praised Lin Yuquan's cooking skills, and he had a brilliant idea, to hire his younger brother as his daughter's personal chef. The reason was that his daughter was studying away from home alone, and he was worried she wouldn't be able to get used to the cafeteria food. Having inadvertently betrayed his beloved daughter, Lin Yuhei discovered that the chef he'd been paying his daughter for 20,000 credit points a month was actually a master of culinary arts. However, his younger brother still didn't believe him, and his daughter raved about his cooking. This filled Lin Yuhei with worry. Such culinary delights, far from providing nutritional benefits, could even lead to poisoning if consumed in excess. For the sake of his daughter's well-being, Lin Yuhei felt compelled to make his younger brother realize his mistake, but how could he do so? That night, Lin Yuhei tossed and turned, unable to fall asleep. Lin Yin, however, was restless and alert, for two reasons. First, she'd been well rested from her sleep. Second, she'd finally found some information about the original owner, thanks to the extensive diary entries in the communicator in her left hand. Star Calendar 5041, September 1st, Sunny. Today, my mother took me to school, saying I could meet more children. I was unhappy because I didn't want to play with those childish kids. They were all so crybaby. Playing with them was better than listening to my mother play the piano at home. October 3rd, 5041, Light Rain. My brother promised to take me out today, but when I woke up, Yi told me my brother was out looking. I waited all morning for him to come back, but he didn't come back. I got mad and hated my brother. December 15th, 5041, Sunny. Mom said today was her and Dad's 20th wedding anniversary, so they were going out to play alone. She told me to finish my homework after school before playing, but I already knew how to do it today and didn't feel like doing it at all. Humph, They adults just knew they were going out to play and didn't take me with them. I've decided not to talk to mom and dad for 2 days. January 1st, 5042, snow. Today is the first day of the new year. I received lucky money from grandpa, dad, mom, second uncle, and second aunt. My older and younger brothers are envious because grandpa said they don't give lucky money to boys. With all these credits, I can buy a lot of delicious food. I definitely won't give any to my older brother when he gets to play. He always bullies me. August 15th, 5042, cloudy. Mom said I'm 7 now and it's time to take the Psychic Power Testing Center test. If I pass, I'll have to transfer to another school because I need to learn more advanced subjects. She didn't say what they'll be studying, but she hopes I can pass. My classmates are so stupid, I don't want to continue studying with them. Grandma at the end of the starry sky, please bless me. August 20th, 5042, sunny. I passed the test. Dad said he would teach me how to cultivate my psychic power himself. I'll definitely work hard. And there's good news. Mom helped me with the transfer paperwork. She said I'll soon have many smart classmates. May 7th, 5047, rainy. Mom hasn't been home for a long time again. Ever since she became obsessed with interstellar exploration, she's been away from home. Dad seems unhappy these days. When I asked her when she'd be back, she wouldn't tell me, and she doesn't come home at night. I wonder if Dad will be away from home more often too. May 10th, 5047, rain. My brother is such a jerk. He actually said Mom would never come back. How could that be? Mom clearly promised to come back before my birthday. Humph, I don't believe my brother. Mom, please come back soon. When you come back, help me teach my brother a lesson. May 11th, 5047, rain. Dad also said Mom wouldn't come back. He also said he'd take my brother and me to the Lin Yin Star region in 2 days to see her off. Why did he say send her off instead of take her home? Mom clearly promised me she'd be back as soon as possible. I just saw Dad packing Mom's things. He packed them into several large boxes and put them into the space necklace. My brother said they were for Mom. I don't know what they're up to. Star calendar year 5047, May 13th, overcast. Everyone's here today, even my grandparents and uncle, who I rarely see, are here. Grandpa took us aboard the interstellar spaceship. Everyone's eyes were red, and Grandma was even crying non-stop. Grandpa, who's in good health, seemed especially listless. Dad was even more listless, staying in his room all by himself, refusing to come out and eat. What's wrong with everyone? Why are they all so unhappy? Why are they all saying they're going to see Mom off? Can't we take Mom home with us? Star calendar year 5047, May 16th, rainy. Yesterday we arrived at the Lin Yin Star region. Dad threw all of Mom's things out of the spaceship. I tried to grab them back, but my brother hugged me tightly. My brother was crying, Dad was crying too, everyone was crying. Grandpa said Mom had gone to the end of the starry sky just like Grandma. I wanted Mom back, so I cried too. Before Mom left, she told me that if I missed her enough to cry, she'd come back immediately. But why didn't she come back this time, even after I cried all night? What a liar. It was past 3 in the morning when Lin Yin finished reading all the diaries, but she still couldn't sleep. Her eyes widened as she stared at the dark ceiling. From the original owner's diary, it was clear that she wasn't very happy, constantly worrying about her mother, who had perished in the sea of stars and could never return home. But in Lin Yin's opinion, the original owner was much happier than she was. At least she still had many relatives after losing her mother. Thinking of this, Lin Yin thought of her mother, who had depended on her before she traveled across time. Just as she depended on her mother, so too did her mother. She wondered if her mother was doing well now. Uncle Tim was surely there, taking good care of her. She hoped she could recover from her loss soon. Lin Yin felt resentful. Fate had been so unfair. It seemed clear that she and her mother's life was about to end in happiness. But something had happened to her, sending her to such a strange place. Even though the living conditions here were good and she had many caring relatives, she preferred to stay in that small house with her mother, watching TV, chatting, and cooking together. Lin Yin casually typed the words, "Is there any way to travel back in time?" into the star search of the communicator. Looking at the wild speculations in various online games, she admitted with a wry smile that she was delusional. No matter how advanced the technology was, it still could not solve the mystery of time travel. Lin Yin would not believe those who said that she could travel back in time by dying again. She only knew, from now on, she would continue another person's life in this strange star. Her name would no longer be Lin Yin, but Lin Miaomiao. Chapter 7 Uncle, please spare me. After tossing and turning all night, Lin Yuhei still couldn't think of any effective measures. Seeing that there was already some light outside the window, Lin Yuhei simply got up. The old man should be up by now, maybe he could ask the old man for advice. Lin Yuhei sent a message to the old man, and the old man had indeed gotten up. The father and son chatted for half an hour. After getting the old man's guidance, Lin Yuhei finally had some direction. After hanging up the phone, he sent a text message to everyone in the family who was away, informing them to go home for a meeting in the evening. After sending the text message, Lin Yuhei came to the restaurant. At this time, Lin Miaomiao and Lin Yuquan had not gotten up yet. Lin Yuhei could only finish breakfast alone. He had important things to do today and had to go out. He could only talk about family matters when he came back. As Lin Miaomiao was walking downstairs, she ran into Lin Yuhei leaving the house. After a moment's hesitation, she mustered the courage to greet him. Good morning, Dad. Since she had continued the original owner's life, she had to cultivate a good relationship with his family. To avoid causing any discomfort among them, Lin Miaomiao had to conform to the original owner's lifestyle. Fortunately, the communicator was quite versatile. Besides the original owner's diary, Lin Miaomiao also found numerous videos, including family gatherings and school time with classmates. This gave her some understanding of the original owner's personality. Good morning, sweetheart. Lin Yuhei paused, his serious expression softening. Why don't you get some more sleep? You need more rest. I slept too much yesterday and couldn't sleep, Lin Miaomiao replied. Not wanting the conversation to revolve around herself, she asked, Dad, leaving so early? Did he have breakfast? It was only around 7 in the morning, a bit early even for work. Yes, Lin Yuhei replied. I'm a bit busy today. Go eat by yourself, sweetheart. I have to go out. Just as Lin Miaomiao was about to go find something to eat, the living room door silently opened, and a young blonde man appeared. He seemed a little surprised to see Lin Miaomiao. Miaomiao, you're back. Don't you have class today? Who was this guy? Lin Miaomiao was in a dilemma. Someone who addressed her by name was probably an acquaintance, but she had never seen this person in the original owner's videos. How should she greet him? Lin Miaomiao's eyes rolled around, and for now, she could only vaguely say it. She nodded at the young man and said, Good morning. The blonde man was stunned by the words, his expression suddenly becoming a little strange. He opened his mouth to say something, but Lin Miaomiao spoke first, but her words were directed to Lin Yuhei. Dad, I'm a little hungry. I won't see you out. As she spoke, Lin Miaomiao turned and scurried into the dining room. Of all the strategies, running away was the best. Good boy is getting more and more sensible. Today he even took the initiative to ask me if I was going to work. Lin Yuhei was pleased. What do you think, Kai? The blonde man's face turned even more strange. If this was considered sensible, then the standard was a bit too low. Well, since this matter had nothing to do with him, he didn't answer but asked, Boss Lin, can we leave now? 10 points deducted. Lin Yuhei was unhappy. How could he have been so blind to choose such a clumsy assistant who couldn't even follow the boss's instructions and praise someone? Bad review. 10 points equaled 100 credit points. While this wasn't much for Kai, who earned tens of thousands of credit points a month, it still felt like a shot on the knee. Not only was the CEO's aloof daughter acting strange today, but even the serious CEO was acting a little off. Even though he had many complaints in his heart, Kai kept them to himself. He just kept his honest face and followed his CEO out the door. Lin Miaomiao was already enjoying her breakfast. Although there weren't many people at home, Yi had prepared a wide variety of breakfast options, including bread, sandwiches, steamed dumplings, xiaolongbao, buttered buns, milk, and soy milk. Lin Miaomiao chose the dumplings and soy milk. Halfway through her breakfast, Lin Yuquan appeared in the dining room, yawning and greeting her. Miaomiao, good morning. What are you having? Lin Yuquan, freshly woken, had a head of macy black hair and half-closed eyes, looking rather adorable. Lin Miaomiao wanted to pinch his handsome face, but she didn't dare. After forcing herself to gather herself, Lin Miaomiao politely replied, "Good morning, uncle. I'm eating some soup dumplings. Would you like some?" "Well, I don't like soup dumplings." Lin Yuquan raised his right hand and rubbed his eyes. He sat down next to Lin Miaomiao and called out to the kitchen, "Yi, I want coffee and a sandwich." Yi quickly brought the food out. Lin Yuquan slowly began to eat, not forgetting to talk as he ate. "Miaomiao, what are you planning to do today? Do you want me to go out for a walk with you?" In the past, even on her days off, Lin Miaomiao would stay home to cultivate her spiritual power or go online to practice mechas. But now her spiritual power was damaged, and she couldn't practice or pilot a mecha. Lin Yuquan was worried she'd get bored. After all, recuperation wouldn't be like lying in bed all the time. "No, let's talk about it later," Lin Miaomiao refused without hesitation. She had plenty of time to rest, and there was no rush to go out for a walk. Her current mission was to learn some common sense, interstellar history, mecha knowledge, and the like. The original owner had a high IQ and excellent academic performance, but she knew nothing. Looking down, Lin Miaomiao's face wrinkled into a bitter gourd. There was only half a year, but she needed to learn a lot. She didn't know if she could fool the teacher when she returned to school after her injury healed. Fortunately, she discovered the existence of the Star Network through the Star Search, and she could learn everything she wanted to learn on the Star Network. "Okay, we have half a year anyway." Lin Yuquan nodded in agreement, thinking that what his niece said made sense, and then thought of another idea. "Since you have nothing to do at home, your uncle will make you a big meal at noon." Lin Miaomiao's bitter face became even more bitter. She wanted to shout, "Uncle, spare me," but she still forced herself to hold back. She just twitched the corners of her mouth and tactfully refused. "Uncle has been taking care of me very hard during this period. Since Yi is at home, why should I do it myself? It's okay to get tired. I knew Miaomiao loves your uncle," Lin Yuquan said with a moved face. "However, how can what Yi cooks be compared with what your uncle cooks? Your uncle is willing to cook a big meal for Miaomiao." Lin Yuquan was like a chicken blood. He finished his breakfast quickly and went into the kitchen, saying that he wanted to see what other ingredients were in the kitchen. He planned to stew a loving tonic soup for his niece first, and then make a few specialties, dishes that his niece had praised before. Anyway, there was plenty of time. Of course, Yi's actions couldn't compare to his uncle's. They were much better. Lin Miaomiao racked her brains to think of a reason to refuse, tears streaming down her face. "Uncle, please let me go. Actually, I should have agreed to go shopping." If you are listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means it was downloaded and re-uploaded without effort. We warmly invite you to visit our channel, Fanfic World. There you will find the original version of this story and many other novels of various genres. We look forward to seeing you dive into a world of incredible novels. Chapter 8: Star Network First Experience. After breakfast, Lin Miaomiao fished out the Star Domain module from the heart-shaped pendant, also known as a space button, hanging around her neck. If she hadn't seen instructions in the video stored on her communicator, she wouldn't have known she was wearing a space button, a must-have for the wealthy. After all, space buttons are valuable, and few teenagers can afford one. The Star Domain module was a transparent rectangular box. At first glance, Lin Miaomiao thought it resembled a crystal coffin, except that it contained a small metal pillow with a large round suction cup on the pillow surface. She pressed the open button, and the hatch slowly opened. Lin Miaomiao carefully laid down inside. As soon as her head rested on the pillow, the hatch automatically closed. Just as Lin Miaomiao was about to worry about suffocating, darkness descended before light returned, and she found herself on a busy street. The street was lined with neat rows of shops and bustling with people. No one seemed surprised to see Lin Miaomiao's sudden appearance. After a moment's thought, Lin Miaomiao summoned her control panel in her mind. She thought it would be best to review her information on the Star Network first. The virtual control panel appeared, revealing a young woman in a tight black suit. Her face bore a striking resemblance to Lin Miaomiao. Lin Miaomiao glanced at the name column and was stunned to see the 3 words written there, Little Dragon Girl. Recalling the ethereal, white-clad little dragon girl she had seen in TV dramas, and then glancing at the stern-faced little dragon girl in black on the screen, Lin Miaomiao felt her original image of aloof mecha goddess crumble. After a cursory glance at the information, Lin Miaomiao began to wander the Star Network, searching for a place to learn. Fortunately, The Star Network's navigation system was powerful, and it didn't take long for Lin Miaomiao to locate the centrally located education district. The education area is divided into 3 sections: elementary, intermediate, and advanced. Each section has a dedicated instructor. Elementary education teaches elementary school knowledge and some basic interstellar common sense. Intermediate education covers middle and high school, and advanced education covers university and higher education. Lin Miaomiao wandered around the education area for a long time before finally brazenly running into the elementary education building. Upon entering, a large screen appeared before her eyes. It read, "Please select your desired course. 1. Basic Interstellar Knowledge. 2. Early Childhood Education. 3. Elementary Education." Lin Miaomiao thought for a moment and said, "Choose 1. A sweet, childlike voice rang out, "You have selected the course Basic Interstellar Knowledge. Your connection is being transferred. Please wait." After selecting a course, a large screen displayed rows of pre-recorded videos. It turned out that everyone on the Star Network had different learning levels, making it impossible for teachers to teach together in the same classroom. Therefore, the Star Domain Network Center had hired teachers to record educational videos for each stage, allowing students to freely choose the courses they needed. Experienced instructors were also stationed on the second floor of the education building. If you had any questions after watching the videos, you could go there and ask the teachers. It's worth noting that while watching the educational videos is free, visiting the teachers on the second floor requires an hourly fee, which varies from teacher to teacher. After understanding the learning model, Lin Miaomiao breathed a sigh of relief, no longer worrying about falling behind the teacher's pace. Lin Miaomiao spent an hour learning basic interstellar knowledge, and once she had mastered it, she began studying elementary school knowledge. Fortunately, the elementary school curriculum was relatively simple, and Lin Miaomiao quickly mastered some of the lessons as well as second-grade courses. Just as Lin Miaomiao was about to finish her second-grade class in one sitting, a virtual notification popped up. "You have an external video call. Do you want to connect?" After selecting yes, the call quickly connected, and Lin Yuquan's avatar appeared. "Uncle," Lin Miaomiao called out. Lin Yuquan got straight to the point. "Miaomiao, your uncle and aunt are back to see you. Please get out of the interstellar network." Before Lin Miaomiao could reply, the call was disconnected, leaving her heartbroken. Lin Miaomiao was about to meet the original owner's other relatives. She felt very anxious. After hesitating for a long time, she gritted her teeth and rolled out of the Star Network. After dragging herself downstairs, Lin Miaomiao saw several people sitting on the sofa in the living room. She was even more upset. It turned out that not only her second uncle and second aunt, but also her brother and 2 cousins had returned. "Miaomiao," everyone in the living room shouted in unison. "Aren't they all very busy?" Lin Miaomiao complained in her heart, but greeted them one by one. "Second uncle and second aunt, brother, Xianshan and Lin Yin, how come you all have time to come back today? We heard that you were injured, so we came back to see you," Lin Yu replied. Lin Xianhao stood up and strode to Lin Miaomiao. He picked up his little sister and looked her up and down for a while. Seeing her rosy face, he breathed a sigh of relief. "Does your head still hurt?" Lin Miaomiao shook her head. "It doesn't hurt anymore." "That's good," Lin Xianhao said. "Can you put me down now?" Looking at Lin Xianhao eagerly, Lin Miaomiao said that being carried by someone was very uncomfortable. Fortunately, Lin Xianhao did not have the hobby of abusing his sister. After confirming that she was fine, he let her go and just stretched out his hand to pull her back to sit on the sofa. "I know you are injured. Your grandfather will come back to see you soon," second Aunt Ranjizhan said to Lin Miaomiao gently. The big boss was coming back to see her. Lin Miaomiao said that she was under a lot of pressure, but her face did not show any tension. She just said calmly, "It just so happens that we can all get together at noon today. The head of the Lin family is very busy and may not be able to come home during the holidays. It is rare for him to come home on the same day like today." This is also what the original owner mentioned in his diary. Lin Xianhao, who was sitting next to Lin Miaomiao, had a flash of light in his eyes. He remembered what his father said in the video call and turned to look at Lin Zhenquan, who was playing with a communicator. "Uncle, Miaomiao has always said that your cooking skills are great. Today, we are all gathered together for a rare occasion. Don't you plan to show off your skills?" Lin Zhenquan looked up blankly. "Heo, Do you want to try your uncle's cooking? Yes, Miaomiao has eaten a lot of it, but I haven't had it once. Uncle, you can't be too partial. Lin Xianhao smiled and brought others along. I believe Xianshan and Lin Yin, as well as my second uncle and second aunt, also want to try it. Lin Hangquan looked at the time. It's almost 12 o'clock. Yeah, you should have prepared lunch. How about tonight? Cooking is not a quick thing. Lin Hangquan felt that it was a bit late. Lin Xianhao did not give up. It doesn't matter. Anyway, Grandpa and my dad haven't come back yet. There's enough time. The twins Lin Xianshan and Lin Yin also cheered. Let's cook it at noon. We also want to taste our uncle's cooking. Okay then. Lin Yuquan had no choice but to agree. Chapter 9 The Difficult Grandpa. Lin Yuquan was cooking, and several people in the living room were chatting casually. For fear of being exposed, Lin Miaomiao was always in the listening position and rarely spoke. The original owner had a cold personality and rarely spoke in family gatherings, so Lin Miaomiao's performance did not attract much attention. Around 12 o'clock, Lin Yin and Lin Yuquan came in one after another, and greeted each other again. After greeting, the head of the family, Lin Yin, looked at his only granddaughter, Miaomiao. Why don't you sit next to Grandpa today? Lin Miaomiao was stunned. Could the original owner and grandfather have such a close relationship? Recalling that it seemed to be the case in the video of the family gathering, she pretended to sit next to Lin Yin. Lin Yin reached out and touched his granddaughter's head. Miaomiao, you haven't seen Grandpa for so long. Do you miss Grandpa? Yes, Lin Miaomiao thought, since the relationship between grandparents and grandchildren is close, she should miss him. Lin Yin's eyes flickered with surprise at his granddaughter missing her grandfather. Then, remembering that his granddaughter had suffered a significant mental trauma and was naturally a little vulnerable, he smiled and said, would you like Grandpa to stay home with you for a few days? It had been a long time since he'd spent time with his beloved granddaughter, and Lin Yin decided to review his recent schedule and, no matter what, ask his lieutenant to help him carve out a few days of leave. That's impossible, Lin Miaomiao sternly refused. Grandpa's so busy at work, how could I hold you back? Lin Miaomiao's reason for refusal was naturally not this. She was severely lacking common sense right now, and grandfathers, uncles, and the like were still very unfamiliar to her. A gradual approach would be best. Miaomiao, that's wrong, Lin Yin said sternly. How can you say you're holding me back? Grandpa only has you, my precious little granddaughter. No matter how busy I am at work, you're not as important as me. Don't worry, I'll definitely spend time with you this time, but you didn't even have time to video chat with us before. Lin Miaomiao was stunned. Isn't it because you're injured? Lin Yin said matter-of-factly. Lin Miaomiao was speechless. That's settled, Lin Yin said, then asked his granddaughter, what did you do at home today? In yesterday's communication, Lin Yuhe had already informed the old man of Lin Miaomiao's physical condition, so Lin Yin was well aware that his granddaughter was currently incapable of cultivation. I went browsing Star Online, Lin Miaomiao replied. Lin Yin continued, where did you visit? Just some shops, looking to see if there were any nice clothes on Star Online. Of course, Lin Miaomiao didn't dare to tell the truth about her morning itinerary. She also didn't want to say I went to the library to read a book, fearing that her grandfather would ask about the title. So she casually said I went to look at clothes, thinking that the old man wouldn't be interested in a girl buying clothes. However, Lin Miaomiao's wishful thinking did not work out, because Lin Yin still inquired with great interest, are there any clothes you like? Lin Miaomiao, she said she wasn't interested. Well, that was just her imagination. Lin Miaomiao sighed and was about to say no, but Lin Yin didn't give her a chance to speak. She just heard Lin Yin start muttering. I told you that you have too few clothes. You only have a few pieces. They are either black or dark blue. You don't have the vitality of a little girl. No, you are not allowed to buy clothes in these two colors this time. Grandpa, I didn't. It's good that you didn't buy these two colors. Any other colors are fine. Buy whatever you like, Lin Yin continued to mutter. Actually, it's not a bad thing that you got injured this time. A little girl spends all day practicing mechas. What if she becomes a fighting maniac in the future? No, I don't like fighting, Lin Miaomiao retorted in a low voice. It was possible for the original owner, but she definitely wouldn't. Lin Yin didn't believe it. You just fooled Grandpa. I didn't fool. Okay, facts are facts, Miaomiao. You don't have to deny it. No matter how Lin Miaomiao defended herself, the old man was convinced that his granddaughter's husband was too dull. Helplessly, Lin Miaomiao could only bite her lip and acquiesce. Jizm, Miaomiao has poor taste in choosing clothes. If you have time these days, you might as well help her choose some suitable ones. The old man thought that he should think of some ways to change Lin Miaomiao's dull temper. It would be a good idea to start with small things, such as dressing up. There are not many people in the Lin family, and there is only one female elder, Ran Jizhan, so the task of dressing up Lin Miaomiao can only be handed over to her. Dad, don't worry, I'll go by it in a while, Ran Jizhan agreed readily. I'm sorry to trouble my second brother's wife, just pass the bill to me when the time comes. Lin Yuhei also spoke. Ran Jizhan smiled and said, Brother, you're wrong. We're all family, so it's only natural for an aunt to buy some clothes for her niece. Miaomiao is my daughter, and it's my responsibility to raise her. That's settled, Lin Yuhei said seriously. I hope my second sister-in-law will buy Miaomiao a few more clothes, and maybe some jewelry. Lin Yuhei knew his daughter's personality well, and asking her to buy these things on her own was obviously out of the question. Okay then, Ran Jizhan didn't insist. At worst, he could buy Miaomiao something else later. Why didn't anyone ask for her opinion? Lin Miaomiao felt deeply melancholy. After a moment of melancholy, her mood inexplicably brightened. The original owner's fashion sense was truly terrible, and she didn't dare to change it rashly. With today's event, it was finally what she wanted. Lin Miaomiao was delighted, but others couldn't see it, so the old man misunderstood. Was his granddaughter planning to passively resist? How could that be possible? Lin Yin spoke again. Since you want to change clothes, then change all of your clothes, including your pajamas. After you buy new clothes, let Yi pack up her old clothes and throw them away. That's too wasteful. Lin Miaomiao was shocked. No, it's a pity. We can't throw them away. Lin Miaomiao is a very frugal girl. Although the colors of the clothes in the original owner's wardrobe are not good, the quality is really good. She is used to being frugal and she is reluctant to throw them away. Lin Yin thought for a while and said, it's okay not to throw them away. Send them to the poorer planet. No matter how fast technology develops, there is still a gap between the rich and the poor. Even in the interstellar age, there are still people who don't have enough food to eat or warm clothes to wear. The clothes shopping was settled. Lin Miaomiao didn't raise any more opinions, and Ran Jizhan also made a serious promise. I will do this seriously. Not only outerwear and trousers, but also bras and underwear will be changed for Miaomiao. I will buy the best looking ones. Lin Miaomiao, oh my god, second aunt is too honest. If bras and underwear need to be changed, they can be changed too. Why do you have to single them out? It's so embarrassing. Lin Miaomiao blushed, but everyone else was very calm. Lin Yin even summarized, it's settled. Chapter 10 Chaotic Family Dinner. By the time Lin Yuquan finished preparing the feast and came out to announce the start of dinner, Lin Miaomiao was already dazed by her grandfather's care and was relieved to hear it was ready. Children from single-parent families crave more affection, but too much enthusiasm can be too much. The Lin family had no formal dining rituals. The 9 of them sat casually around the table. Lin Miaomiao, sandwiched between her grandfather and father, felt a little uneasy. The table held 10 dishes and a soup, all meticulously prepared by Lin Yuquan. They looked delicious. Even the twins Xianshan and Nianian were drooling. However, they didn't want to start eating because the elders hadn't started yet. Dad, second brother and sister-in-law, today's a rare opportunity. You must try my cooking, Lin Yuquan said modestly. It might not taste very good. Despite his modesty, Lin Yuquan's eyes shone with confidence. He was confident in his cooking. It was just that some people didn't know what they were talking about. Lin Yuquan tilted his lips and glanced at his eldest brother with a serious face. After everyone cleared his name, he would make his eldest brother apologize for his comments last night. Lin Yin raised his eyebrows and took the lead in picking up a piece of fat and lean braised pork, but did not rush to eat it. Saner, you have been learning cooking for many years. Today, your father finally saw the finished product. Lin Yuquan blushed with shame. It seemed that he was indeed a little lazy. He should have cooked a meal for his father a long time ago. Fortunately, Lin Yin did not intend to pursue him relentlessly. He slowly took a bite of the braised pork, chewed it, and the smile on his face paused slightly. Lin Yuquan's heart skipped a beat. The old man's face seemed to be wrong. Dad, how does it taste? It still tastes a bit like meat. Lin Yin swallowed the meat in his mouth with great emotion in his heart. He thought that his eldest son's words were too exaggerated, but now he realized that it was Saner's cooking skills that were too exaggerated. What do you mean by a little meaty taste? This is meat. Lin Yuquan was dumbfounded. If it doesn't taste like meat, how can it still be called meat? The head of the family took action, and the others were not polite either. They all took action on the targets they liked. Lin Yu picked up a piece of braised fish. Lin Xianshan and Lin Miaomiao each took a chicken drumstick. Lin Xianhao targeted the small green vegetables. Ranjizhong filled a bowl of 3 fresh soup, and only Lin Miaomiao and Lin Yuhe did not move their chopsticks. Knowing that the taste could not be good, Lin Miaomiao certainly did not want to touch it, but when she did not touch it, Lin Yuquan, who loved his children, had already picked up her favorite braised chicken wings with a smile. Lin Miaomiao burst into tears. Uncle, you don't have to be so considerate, really. Smacking. After a burst of chewing sounds, everyone's faces turned black. Lin Yuhu and Ranjizhan managed to remain calm, while the younger generation dropped their chopsticks. Lin Nianian barked bluntly, "Oh my god, uncle, how did you graduate? Did grandpa get some backdoor?" "What?" Lin Yuquan raged. Lin Nianian, what did you say? Nianian, apologize? Lin Yuhu scolded his son unhappily. He's your uncle. Even if the food was terrible, it was rude to speak to an elder like that. Second brother. You're the most fair. Lin Yuquan was touched. His second brother had always been upright, never favoring his own family. But uncle's cooking is terrible. The standards of the Interstellar First Chef Academy can't be that low, Lin Nianian said, a little aggrieved. Dad, didn't you say people should be honest? If you have any questions, talk to uncle privately. Don't be so careless and give face to your elders, Lin Yuhu instructed his son. Lin Yuquan felt frustrated. Could his second brother's words imply that he agreed with his nephew's opinion? No, he must have misunderstood. Lin Yuquan was still comforting himself, but Lin Yin added a stab at this time. Yuhei, what the child said makes sense. People should be honest. If you have any questions, you can raise them. Dad, I'm just worried that I will lose face, Lin Yuhei said with an apologetic smile. What's there to be embarrassed about? Lin Yin didn't care. In his opinion, losing face is no big deal. It's a good thing to find the problem and solve it in time. Dad, grandpa is right. Everyone nodded in agreement. Lin Miaomiao looked at Lin Yuquan with an apologetic look. It's not that she is disloyal, but since grandpa said so, it is wrong to refute his words. Seeing that everyone nodded, Lin Yuhe had no choice but to say, then at least say it in a more tactful way. Lin Yin thought about it and nodded seriously. Okay, at this moment, no matter how much Lin Yuquan deceived himself, it was useless. His hands were shaking a little and his heart was cold. Saner, Lin Yin comforted softly. Dad knows you've tried very hard. Don't be too sad. You're still young, and you can learn other skills quickly. Dad, did I make a mistake somewhere? Lin Yuquan said with tears in his eyes. By the way, Miaomiao said it was delicious. If you don't believe me, ask Miaomiao. Lin Yuquan stood up excitedly and asked his niece, Miaomiao, you said that, right, uncle? Lin Miaomiao was a little embarrassed. What should he say to make his uncle not so sad? You always lied to me before. Seeing the embarrassment on his niece's face, Lin Yuquan understood. It turned out that Miaomiao didn't think the food he cooked was delicious. But why did you lie to me? Are you happy watching me brag about myself? I'm not. Lin Miaomiao was a little panicked. Just what? You just think that your uncle, am useless. You have learned to cook for several years and you can't even cook well. You still don't have self-awareness. Lin Yuquan's emotions were a little out of control. That's not the case. Lin Miaomiao shook her head repeatedly. She didn't want her uncle to misunderstand her, because since waking up here, his uncle had been by her side, caring for her. Lin Yuquan was about to say something, but Lin Yin shouted, "Shut up, third brother. You know Miaomiao won't tell the truth because she's afraid you'll feel bad." At his father's scolding, Lin Yuquan swallowed the words that were about to come out of his mouth. He knew he was taking his anger out on others, but he couldn't stop. Seeing his niece's panic, Lin Yuquan closed his eyes in pain. I'm sorry, Lin Yuquan whispered, turning and rushing out of the restaurant. Lin Yin sighed softly, turning slightly to look at Lin Miaomiao, and put his arm around her, soothing her. Miaomiao, don't be angry. It's your uncle who made a mistake. Let's not make a fuss about him, I'm fine. Lin Miaomiao looked out the door worriedly, so emotional. Is my uncle okay? It's okay. If he can't handle this little blow, he's not my son, Lin Yin replied. Things had gotten to this point and no one had any appetite to eat, but Lin Yin still called Yi out to replace the food on the table. The family ate something quickly and then dispersed. Chapter 11 Lin Yuquin in decadence. Devastated, Lin Yuquin retreated to his room. It wasn't that he didn't want to go out and vent, but rather that the Lin family's strict upbringing prohibited him from visiting places where he wasn't a good student. Since childhood, Lin Yuquin's only way to deal with a bad mood was to run. Exhausted, he naturally had no time to dwell on unhappy things. Lin Yuquin's room contained a high-end treadmill, and he ran at top speed for an hour before finally calming down. Only after turning it off did he feel his back and legs aching, so he simply sat on the treadmill track and stared blankly. Since childhood, Lin Yuquin had been smooth sailing in both life and study. He had high mental potential, and his father once said he was a natural mecha pilot, but he actually wanted to be a chef. With a difference of more than 20 years between him and his older brother, Lin Yuquin could be considered Lin Yin's late-born son. Doted on from a young age, his family didn't object when he chose to attend culinary academy instead of military school after graduating from high school. After 4 years at the Interstellar Chef Academy, Lin Yuquin diligently practiced his cooking. Aside from his first year, when some people complained his cooking was unpalatable, his cooking was universally praised for the next 3 years. Lin Yuquin believed his skills had improved. There seems to be something wrong with your taste, a classmate told him during his freshman year. He had previously dismissed the comment as jealousy, but now he understood. Every time he cooked, he always tasted the saltiness and blandness of the food, always finding it just right, never once finding anything unpalatable. But reality dealt him a harsh blow. Lin Yuquin was certain his taste was fine as a child, his mother would take him on vacations, and he could tell whether food was tasty or not. So, when did his taste buds begin to falter? Mother. Lin Yuquin froze. He opened his communicator and frantically searched through it. After a long search, he finally found a video hidden deep in the back of his head. It was a video of his mother's last meal. His mother loved delicious food and enjoyed cooking herself, a skill she quite skillfully possessed. However, he rarely got to enjoy her cooking. A soldier, she rarely got a day off. That year, the 7th interstellar war between the Federation and the Empire broke out. His mother, on a rare leave, was cooking for him when she received the urgent notice to return to the service. She looked at him apologetically. 10-year-old Lin Yuquin didn't understand the importance of national justice. He only knew that his mother, having just returned home, had to leave again, and he felt deeply unhappy. His mother hurriedly prepared a feast for her youngest son, consisting of his favorite dishes. Perhaps due to the rush, the food wasn't as delicious as before. It's awful. I don't want any more, Lin Yuquin angrily declared, refusing to eat any more of the disgusting food. Time was short, and the guilt-ridden mother had no time to comfort her angry son. She could only board the interstellar battleship, her eyes reddened by his incomprehension. The war lasted for 2 full years, and not only his mother, but also his father, eldest brother, and second brother. However, of the 5 who went, only 3 returned, leaving his mother forever in the starry skies. After the war, his father achieved great success and became a general. His eldest brother resolutely quit his job and opened a mecha manufacturing plant, saying, "I want to develop better mechas." Lin Yuhei believed his mother's death was due to the backwardness of mecha technology. But Lin Yuquin believed that if she hadn't complained about her cooking before she died, she wouldn't have died. When the news of his mother's death reached him, Lin Yuquin dug out the food he had despised but had hidden in the freezer and, despite its cold, hard texture, devoured it bite by bite. After that, Lin Yuhei stopped searching for good food, eating only meals prepared by Yi and the school robots, or simply taking nutritional supplements. After graduating from high school, Lin Yuquin chose to study cooking, and his family didn't object. He loved the dishes prepared by his teachers and classmates, and even his own cooking. Initially, many classmates teased him about his poor cooking, and his teachers gently advised him to be more careful with seasonings, but he couldn't pinpoint a flaw. Lin Yuquin concluded that they were jealous of his talent. Gradually, more and more people began praising his delicious cooking. After a long moment of careful reflection, Lin Yuquan realized that the praise had only begun after his father's true identity was revealed. During the graduation exam, the teachers in charge of judging all gave him full marks, and the vice president beamed with congratulations, student Lin Yuquan, congratulations on becoming the top graduate of this year's Interstellar First Chef Academy. Lin Yuquan wanted to touch his mother, whose eyes were red on the screen, but his hand passed through the virtual screen. Miaomiao was right, Lin Yuquan, had indeed graduated through the back door, thanks to the huge sum of money his eldest brother donated to the school in his father's identity. Lin Yuquan suddenly wanted to know what his own food tasted like, but he was afraid that he might never taste the real thing again. Getting up and opening the door, Lin Yuquan eagerly ran downstairs to the kitchen. He wanted to make a few dishes for himself. Washing and cutting vegetables, frying them in a pan, 4 dishes were served on the table. Lin Yuquan nervously picked up the chopsticks, but was hesitant to put any food into his mouth. After hesitating for a long time, Lin Yuquan finally slammed the chopsticks on the table. He didn't dare to try it, fearing that he still couldn't tell whether it was good or bad. Lin Yuquan called Yi and asked Yi to deal with the food, while he lay on the dining table. The wish of becoming an interstellar chef and opening an interstellar hotel is probably impossible to realize, Lin Yuquan thought indifferently, but apart from this wish, he seemed to have no other wishes. What should he do? Uncle, what are you doing here? Lin Miaomiao suddenly appeared at the door of the restaurant. Lin Yuquan raised his head in panic, looking at his niece with a face full of concern. Thinking of his anger just now, Lin Yuquan couldn't express the confusion in his heart, and could only murmur, "It's okay, I'm just hungry." "So uncle is hungry?" Lin Miaomiao smiled. "Then I'll ask Yi to make something delicious, and we'll eat together." Okay. Lin Yuquan couldn't say no, although he didn't want to eat anything now. Yi quickly brought out a variety of delicacies, and Lin Yuquan mechanically put the food into his mouth. Miaomiao, Lin Yuquan's voice became a little hoarse. Lin Miaomiao, who was concentrating on gnawing on a chicken wing, responded happily, "Here, what do you think of the food cooked by Yi?" Lin Yuquan asked. Lin Miaomiao tilted his head and thought for a while. "It's okay, after all, it was made by a machine and didn't have the taste of home." Lin Yuquan smiled bitterly, but he still felt that the taste was perfect and impeccable. Chapter 12 How to Comfort You, Uncle. In the interstellar age, household robots generally have some intelligence, and Yi is no exception. When Lin Yuhe asked Yi to deal with the leftovers, Yi noticed that Lin Yuhe was not in a good mood. However, even as an intelligent robot, Yi did not know how to comfort people. Yi's intelligence center churned for a long time and came to the conclusion that it would report to other owners. After lunch, the Lin family went out to work again, leaving only Lin Yuhe and Lin Miaomiao at home. When Yi knocked on Lin Miaomiao's door, Lin Miaomiao happened to come out of the Star Network and was quite surprised to see Yi. "Is there something wrong, Yi?" Lin Miaomiao asked. "Miss Miaomiao, Mr. Yuquan is in the restaurant, lying on the dining table and seems a little uncomfortable," Yi replied. It turned out to be his uncle. He should not be in a good mood now, but why did he go to the restaurant at this time? Lin Miaomiao thought about it and decided to go to the restaurant to take a look. He couldn't let his uncle stay there alone and be sad. Silently accompanying Lin Yuhe as they ate, she heard him ask, "What do you think of Yi's cooking?" "It's just okay," Lin Miaomiao answered truthfully, not knowing what Lin Yuhe was hoping for. A wry smile crossed his face. Lin Miaomiao was startled. Was the answer wrong? Just as she was debating whether to contradict herself, Lin Yuhe spoke again. "But I think it tastes great. I can't fault it at all," he said. "Well," Lin Miaomiao rolled her eyes, choosing her words carefully. "Yi follows the perfect recipe, using the exact right ingredients and amounts. It really tastes great." Feeling he hadn't made his point clearly, Lin Yuhe added, "It's not just Yi's cooking, everyone else's cooking is the same. Good or bad, I can't fault it." Lin Miaomiao's eyes widened in surprise. If that was the case, no wonder her uncle didn't know his cooking wasn't good. He couldn't taste the real flavor. "Has it been like this since childhood?" Lin Miaomiao asked. Lin Yuquan poked at the rice in his bowl and shook his head. "That's acquired," Lin Miaomiao thought, but she didn't dare ask why, fearing she'd hurt. Lin Yuquan, however, didn't hold back, revealing the details of his last meeting with his mother. Guilt. Lin Miaomiao quickly grasped the situation. Clearly, Lin Yuquan's mother had been in a hurry before leaving, and her cooking had failed. The young Lin Yuquan, angry, had simply declared the food unpalatable. While Lin Yuquan's assessment wasn't wrong, it was hurtful to say such a thing at parting, and since he hadn't even said goodbye to his mother, he felt guilty. It was this guilt that prevented him from ever again savoring the true flavor of food. It was, to put it bluntly, a psychological barrier, Lin Miaomiao thought. No wonder the original owner and her uncle had such a close relationship. They both shared a deep obsession. The original owner clung to the memory of her mother's promise to return but slipped up, while Lin Yuquan, haunted by the fact that he hadn't said goodbye to his mother before she left for the battlefield, remained obsessed with the fact that he hadn't said goodbye. Lin Miaomiao couldn't help but sigh. Physical illness is easy to cure, but mental illness is not. Why don't you speak? Lin Yuquan asked. I'm thinking about how to comfort you. Lin Miaomiao was very honest. Lin Yuquan was a little depressed. He said all this not to seek comfort, but to ask his niece to comfort him. He didn't have the face to do so. Miaomiao, Lin Yuquan's voice was a little vague. Do you think I can't become a famous interstellar chef? Lin Miaomiao thought if his uncle couldn't taste the real taste, he probably couldn't become one. However, the truth was too hurtful. Lin Miaomiao thought it was better not to say it. Uncle, don't be discouraged. As long as you remember the recipe well and the proportion of the seasonings, you can also make delicious dishes. What's the difference between the dishes made in that way and those made by Yi? Lin Yuquan gritted his teeth. That's true. Lin Miaomiao scratched her head. She was not good at comforting people at all. It would be better to shut up, right? Fortunately, Lin Yuquan also noticed his niece's embarrassment. Miaomiao, I'm sorry, I didn't mean your idea was bad. Lin Yuquan had already taken his anger out yesterday, and he would not make the same mistake again today. It's better to go back to the room to rest. If this road is blocked, he has to find another way. Miaomiao, go and play. Uncle is a little tired. Go to sleep for a while. Lin Yuquan forced a smile and stood up. Uncle, Lin Miaomiao looked worried. It's okay. Uncle is not as fragile as you think, Lin Yuquan said as he walked. There's no weak man in the Lin family. Lin Yuquan's back was still straight, but Lin Miaomiao inexplicably saw a hint of fragility. I must help my uncle, Lin Miaomiao thought, and suddenly an idea came to his mind. I can't be an interstellar chef, but I can still open a restaurant. Uncle, let's open a restaurant, a large interstellar restaurant, and you will be the boss. The boss doesn't need to cook himself, so at least he has fulfilled a wish. Lin Yuquan paused slightly. It had been on his mind. No, my uncle doesn't have the capital to open a big restaurant right now. Originally, Lin Yuquan had been insisting on his eldest brother paying him tens of thousands of credit points a month. He simply thought he was a good cook and planned to open a small restaurant, head chef himself, once he had accumulated enough capital, and then build it up from there. We could get sponsorship, suggested Lin Miaomiao, who didn't understand the family rules. Dad's rich anyway. No, have you forgotten the family rules? Lin Yuquan refused without hesitation. Family rules? What are those? Lin Miaomiao stared at the ceiling innocently. The original owner hadn't written them in her diary. Lin Yuquan turned around and saw the bewildered look on his niece's face. He was instantly both angry and amused, and even his depression subsided. Lin family rules stipulated that after turning 18 or graduating from school, the Lin family would no longer provide any assistance. If you wanted to make a name for yourself, you had to figure it out on your own. After reading the family rules to his niece, Lin Yuquan reminded her earnestly, Miaomiao, you will graduate from college in 3 years, don't think about repeating a grade. There is no such option in this world. If you have excellent grades, you will graduate. If your grades are extremely poor, you will be asked to drop out. If you don't have that ability, don't even think about taking up the school's learning resources. Lin Miaomiao was dumbfounded. It turned out that her situation was not so good. The Mecha goddess's grades suddenly plummeted and she was asked to drop out? The Mecha goddess has no chance of joining the army? Just thinking about this scene is intoxicating. In 3 years, she has to learn what the original owner took 10 years to learn, and she also has to learn what she should learn in the next 3 years. Is this possible? It's difficult. Lin Miaomiao frowned. She is not a genius. Fortunately, she doesn't really want to join the army. Maybe she should leave herself a way out, at least she won't starve to death after being asked to drop out. Lin Miaomiao is thinking carefully. Chapter 13. The teacher arrives. Since the day's dinner, the Lin family has returned to its former peace. Everyone in the Lin family is very busy. Although they live on the same planet, it's not convenient for them to go home every day. Only Lin Yuhei, worried about his injured daughter, rushes home every night to rest. These days, Lin Yuquan has been contemplating life's major events and has no time to care for his injured niece, leaving Lin Miaomiao free to make her own time. Lin Miaomiao's daily routine goes like this. She wakes up at 6 in the morning and jogs around the Lin family's grounds. The reason it's one lap, not several, is because the Lins have a garden, thousands of square meters in size. Would she be exhausted from running so many laps? After her workout, she eats breakfast. It's different every day, nutritious and rich. It's great to have a father who earns money. After breakfast, she studies online. Elementary education is surprisingly easy. In just a few days, Lin Miaomiao has almost finished it. She goes downstairs for lunch at noon. Lin Yuquan is also there, and they eat, chat, and comfort her lost uncle. After lunch, she resumes her studies online. At 7 in the evening, Lin Yuhei arrived home and began another 3-person dinner. Afterward, father and daughter sat in the living room for a chat while Lin Yuquan returned to her room to continue reflecting on life. At 9, she returned to her room to shower and resume her studies on the Star Network. At 12, she logged off the Star Network and went to bed. Such a rigorous routine, but after only a few days, Lin Miaomiao felt completely unwell. It wasn't that Lin Miaomiao hadn't thought about relaxing, but she had to hurry up. They weren't even allowed to repeat a grade. Students in this world really have it tough. After breakfast, Lin Miaomiao was about to return to her room to continue studying when Yi announced a visitor. "Who's looking for me?" Lin Miaomiao asked. After so many days of injury, someone finally came to visit her. Lin Miaomiao was curious. She had thought her original owner was so aloof and friendless. "It's your teacher, Mr. Yi Hongwen," Yi quickly replied. Verifying the identity of visitors was also the robot butler's responsibility. "Teacher Yi is here." Lin Miaomiao was stunned. The teacher was here, and she didn't want to see him. She had always been afraid of teachers, for no reason. Now that they've come to my house, it's impossible not to see them. I just hope this teacher can be a little more friendly. Lin Miaomiao speculated about the teacher's arrival. It couldn't be because she'd skipped class, since her uncle had clearly asked for leave. Yi Hongwen was already comfortably seated on the sofa in the Lin family's living room, with brewed tea on the coffee table. "Teacher Yi," Lin Miaomiao said, taking a seat on the sofa, adopting the aloof expression of the original owner. Yi Hongwen, 26, is the acting homeroom teacher for Class A in the sophomore Mecha department, teaching Mecha combat. This was something Lin Miaomiao had discovered a few days ago when she checked on the original owner's teacher. "Lin Miaomiao, are you feeling better?" Yi Hongwen's voice was cold, and even just sitting there, he held an imposing presence. Clearly a concern for her health, Lin Miaomiao felt a chill in her voice. She felt her handsome face wasted, silently complaining inwardly, but Lin Miaomiao calmly replied, "Much better now. Thank you, Teacher Yi, for your concern." A hint of doubt flashed in Yi Hongwen's eyes. After not seeing her for a few days, Lin Miaomiao seemed different. Taking a closer look, Yi Hongwen was even more surprised. Lin Miaomiao, who usually wore all black or dark blue, was wearing a goose yellow long-sleeve dress today. Her long hair cascaded down her shoulders, making her look incredibly sweet and charming. Perhaps she was more relaxed at home, Yi Hongwen thought, but that was none of his business. Lin Miaomiao felt a pang of anxiety after being stared at for so long. What did Yi Hongwen mean by this? Did he see something wrong? Lin Miaomiao shifted uneasily. "Teacher Yi, why are you here today?" "Lin Miaomiao, I want to know." Yi Hongwen was interrupted before he could finish his words. It was Lin Yuquan who came downstairs. As a thoughtful and intelligent housekeeper, Yi felt that the teacher's arrival should be notified to the parents. Before he even approached, Lin Yuquan spoke enthusiastically, "Teacher Yi is here, welcome." "Who is this?" Yi Hongwen looked at Lin Miaomiao. He didn't look like his father's generation, so he must be his brother. "Teacher Yi, this is my uncle, Lin Yuquan," Lin Miaomiao introduced. "Hello, Mr. Lin," Yi Hongwen said. Yi Hongwen's cold response did not discourage Lin Yuquan. He was very excited now. Today he was not facing the teacher as a student, but as a student's parent. Teacher Yi, you have worked hard. You come to visit so early. You haven't had time to have breakfast yet, right? Lin Yuquan said. Without waiting for Yi Hongwen to answer, Lin Yuquan shouted towards the restaurant, Yi, prepare breakfast. Miaomiao and I will have breakfast with Teacher Yi, okay? Yi, who was standing at the door of the restaurant, responded and went in. Yi Hongwen, he didn't say he wanted to have breakfast, although he did leave without eating. Lin Miaomiao, actually, I am very full and don't want to eat anymore, especially to eat with a teacher. Teacher Yi, let's go eat something first. Lin Yuquan stood up and led the way to the restaurant. There was no chance to refuse, Yi Hongwen could only follow. After all, it was the kindness of Lin Miaomiao's classmates' parents. Lin Miaomiao's heart was in tears. Could she apply to wait in the living room? He moved into the dining room in 3 steps. Uncle Lin and Teacher Yi were already sitting at the dining table facing each other, serving all kinds of breakfast one by one with incredible efficiency. Miaomiao, why are you so slow? Lin Yuquan said impatiently. Come and sit down. Even when accompanying the teacher to have a meal, he was still so slow. The Lin family couldn't tolerate such impoliteness. I'm coming. Lin Miaomiao was speechless. Her uncle was too impatient. He should be disciplined more. Maybe he should remind Grandpa next time. Lin Miaomiao chose a seat farthest from the teacher and sat down. Well, no matter how handsome he was still a teacher. He had to stay away. Yi Hongwen's eyes flashed, and he was more confused. Why sit so far away? There are seats, Lin Yuquan said dissatisfiedly. Come and sit next to your uncle. How can 3 people have a pleasant chat when they are so far away from each other? Lin Miaomiao was speechless. Why was her uncle so nagging and unhappy today? It's better to give some face to elders in front of outsiders, Lin Miaomiao thought, so she changed her seat obediently. After changing, she found that the teacher across from her was looking at her with strange eyes again. She felt puzzled. It was just a change of seat. What was so strange? Could this teacher have some problem, such as being attracted by her beauty? Lin Miaomiao was stunned when she felt that she had been exposed. It seems that she should stay away from this teacher in the future. She is not a casual person. No matter how handsome you are, don't even think about hooking up with her. Don't be polite, Teacher Yi, eat more. Just treat it as your own home, Lin Yuquan greeted with a flushed face. It feels good to be a parent. Thank you, I can do it myself. Yi Hongwen's cold face was almost gone. What should I do if the students' parents are too enthusiastic? Waiting online, urgent. Chapter 14 Who Provoked First? After breakfast, Yi Hongwen was forced to eat a basket of crystal buns, a basket of steamed dumplings, 2 pieces of cake, 3 eggs, and a cup of coffee. Yi Hongwen, who was used to taking nutritional supplements to solve his 3 meals a day, was completely stuffed. Lin Miaomiao looked at Yi Hongwen with some sympathy, and when Lin Yuquan went to the bathroom, she secretly asked, Teacher Yi, are you okay? Because there were guests, Lin Yuquan had no time to take care of Lin Miaomiao during the meal, so she only drank a glass of milk. Speaking of which, the uncle was really warm and hospitable. The whole meal was just heard from him persuading Teacher Yi to eat, and Teacher Yi looked cold and didn't know how to refuse. It's okay, Yi Hongwen said. Lin Miaomiao rolled her eyes. It was okay to eat so much? It seemed that Teacher Yi was also a good eater. While Lin Miaomiao was not paying attention, Yi Hongwen quietly rubbed his bloated stomach. It was better to finish the business and leave as soon as possible. He felt that he needed a walk to digest the food. Lin Miaomiao, a few days ago you had a private mecha fight with a classmate, and the school needs to know something about it, Yi Hongwen said straight to the point. What? A private mecha fight? Miaomiao was injured because of that. The person asking the question was of course not Lin Miaomiao, but Lin Yuquan, who had just returned from the bathroom. Yi Hongwen frowned. The whole family was still unaware of the incident. How much did the Lin family not care about Lin Miaomiao? Yi Hongwen was not surprised that Lin Miaomiao did not take the initiative to tell her parents about the incident. Kids nowadays all care about their face. Miaomiao, you didn't tell your uncle about this incident, Lin Yuquan said angrily. Which bastard hit you? Tell me. Lin Miaomiao was stunned. She didn't know who it was, so how could she tell him? However, uncle, why are you asking who it was? She felt that her uncle's face was a little ferocious. He didn't want to seek revenge. Of course I'll beat her up, Lin Yuquan said as a matter of course. If anyone dares to bully my Miaomiao, I'll beat him so hard that he won't even recognize his parents. He actually guessed it right. Lin Miaomiao subconsciously looked at Yi Hongwen, and saw that the teacher's icy face really couldn't hold back, and suddenly felt a little embarrassed. No need, uncle, Lin Miaomiao refused. What would a teacher think if he said such words in front of the teacher? Why was the uncle so impatient? Things like revenge have to be done in private. If you say it out loud, people will be on guard. Miaomiao, you are just too kind, Lin Yuquan sighed. It was not easy to educate his niece in front of the teacher, so he turned to Yi Hongwen and said, Teacher Yi, you must severely punish those who bully our Miaomiao. The corners of Yi Hongwen's mouth twitched. It was still unclear who was right and who was wrong, and it was not certain who would be severely punished. It's like this. Ji Ziyan pointed out that Lin Miaomiao was the one who provoked this private fight. Yi Hongwen said. What? This must be slander. How could our Miaomiao do such a thing? Lin Yuquan raged. That Ji Ziyan, I'll remember that. Lin Miaomiao, my uncle is too impulsive. Just keep this small matter to yourself. However, speaking of provocation, Lin Miaomiao felt as if she had forgotten something. Every student present confirmed it. Yi Hongwen continued, pretending to ignore Lin Yuquan's words. The person involved could be said to be slander, but what about everyone present? And they're committing perjury. Lin Yuquan was shocked. Lin Yuquan had no doubt about his niece's good behavior. Yi Hongwen, what's the point of jumping to conclusions like that? Lin Miaomiao, so there's a way to justify it like that. Lin Miaomiao was convinced. Her uncle was awesome. It was undeniable that Lin Miaomiao was delighted by Lin Yuquan's unwavering trust. In contrast to Lin Miaomiao's joy, Yi Hongwen was troubled. Overly protective parents could cause significant trouble for his work and only waste time. Mr. Lin, please calm down first, Yi Hongwen reminded. The facts cannot be determined by just two casual words. This made sense, and Lin Yuquan nodded and praised. Teacher Yi is sensible. They said it was Miaomiao who provoked them, and I said it was them who provoked them. It's wishful thinking to just frame Miaomiao, uncle. Lin Miaomiao couldn't help but interrupt. Let's listen to what Teacher Yi has to say. After being interrupted by Lin Yuquan for a long time, Teacher Yi's face turned a lot darker. If the uncle didn't restrain himself, Teacher Yi would probably lose his temper. Lin Yuquan was stunned. He seemed to have said too much, so he apologized. Sorry, Teacher Yi, go ahead. I just want to ask Lin Miaomiao what happened that day. Yi Hongwen emphasized after he finished speaking. I hope to hear the truth. Why did this sound a little wrong? Lin Yuquan pondered, but it was not easy to speak again. Lin Miaomiao blinked. Teacher Yi, do you seem to be convinced I'm lying? No, Yi Hongwen said flatly. I just don't want to hear lies. Glancing at his communicator, Yi Hongwen pursed his lips. He'd planned to make a quick decision today, but he'd been at the Lin residence for over an hour and still hadn't gotten to the bottom of things. Oh, I see. Lin Miaomiao nodded, then asked, Teacher, would you believe me if I said it was Ji Ziyan who provoked him that day? Unexpectedly, Yi Hongwen hesitated. Whether I believe it or not isn't important, but I think it's important, Lin Miaomiao said seriously. Don't talk nonsense, little kid. Lin Yuquan's face darkened. He felt bad. Why was his little niece saying such ambiguous things? Lin Miaomiao, Yi Hongwen's face darkened. Please answer my question. Yi Hongwen was in a bad mood. He'd sensed something was amiss since he'd decided to come to the Lin residence, but he couldn't help it. Yi Hongwen resigned upon returning to school, having decided that he truly wasn't suited to being a teacher. I don't want to talk about it, Lin Miaomiao grumbled, frustrated. Why is he always giving her such a stern look? Yi Hongwen took a deep breath, forcing himself down. Lin Miaomiao, please cooperate with me. Lin Miaomiao decided against irritating the teacher. Ji Ziyan was the first to provoke me that day. I understand. Yi Hongwen stood up expressionlessly, not even admitting his belief. I'm leaving now. Thank you, Mr. Lin, for your hospitality. Goodbye, Teacher Yi. Lin Miaomiao and Lin Yuquan replied in unison. After seeing Yi Hongwen off, Lin Yuquan couldn't help but complain. Teachers these days are getting less patient. They get upset if you say more to them. Lin Miaomiao ignored her uncle's complaints and scrolled through the videos in her communicator. There were so many videos that it took a while to find the one she was looking for. She then dialed Yi Hongwen's video number and clicked send. After the videos were sent, Lin Miaomiao smiled faintly. This was the truest answer. If you are listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means it was downloaded and re-uploaded without effort. We warmly invite you to visit our channel, Fanfic World. There you will find the original version of this story and many other novels of various genres. We look forward to seeing you dive into a world of incredible novels. Chapter 15, No Reason Required to Protect Someone. After seeing the teacher off, Lin Miaomiao decisively went upstairs to her room, ignoring Lin Yuquan's continued complaints. Lin Miaomiao assumed that sharing the video would reveal the truth and put an end to the matter, but she hadn't expected that to happen. At dinner time, Lin Yuhei, who had just rushed home to have dinner with his daughter, was pestered by his younger brother. Lin Yuquan recounted the morning's events several times, adding tens of thousands of words of personal opinion. The core of Lin Yuquan's opinion was that his niece had been bullied by a gang, and the school teachers had indiscriminately come to question her. Lin Miaomiao, wanting to interject but unable to, remained silent. It seemed as if Teacher Yi had merely come to inquire about the situation, not to accuse her. If the original owner hadn't been so withdrawn and friendless, whose only hobby was recording videos on her communicator for fun, and who had happened to record the actual events of that day, Lin Miaomiao might have been blamed. Even if Lin Miaomiao was well behaved, being accused of something wrong by a group of people would be difficult to defend herself. That's what happened. Lin Yuquan finally finished expressing his opinion. Brother, we have to help Miaomiao get revenge. After hearing this, Lin Yuquan pondered for a long time, and slowly spoke in Lin Yuquan's expectant eyes. I thought I forgot something. So many people in the family knew that Miaomiao was injured, but you forgot to ask the reason. PFFT, Lin Yuquan, who was drinking juice, felt resentful. Why couldn't his brother grasp the point? Lin Miaomiao was amused. She had wondered why the family didn't care about the original owner's injury. It turned out that the Lin family had forgotten. Of course, the Lin family didn't forget this matter intentionally. It was Lin Yuhei who found out that his younger brother's cooking skills were disappointing, and he didn't know it, so he thought it shouldn't be concealed. Everyone in the Lin family was notified to attend the dinner, mainly to find out the reason why Lin Miaomiao was injured, and to let Lin Yuquan recognize his own cooking skills. However, Lin Yuhei hadn't anticipated the chaotic, ultimately disastrous dinner that day, which ended rather unpleasantly. The investigation into Lin Miaomiao's injury was put on hold. Lin Yuhei had been swamped with large orders for the past few days, and finding time to go home and chat with his daughter was the limit. How could he possibly remember those unhappy memories? It's not too late to remember now, Lin Yuquan said. I know you're busy, big brother. As for revenge, just make the decision, and the little ones and I will take care of it. The little ones were Lin Xianhao, Lin Xianchen, and Lin Nianian. Lin Yuhei asked, who's the origin of that Ji Ziyan? Is she from the Ji family? The Ji family held considerable influence on the planet Milulan. While not as powerful as the Lin family, confronting them directly would still be a thorny matter. She's just a branch of the Ji family, and her relationship with the direct line isn't very strong, Lin Yuquan replied quickly. Ever since Yu Hongwen left in the morning, Lin Yuquan had begun investigating Ji Ziyan's affairs. This investigation had infuriated him immensely. She was merely a member of a small branch of the Ji family, yet he didn't know if she was too bold or had a problem with her brain to actually attack Miaomiao. Lin Yuhei nodded and casually said, then let the Ji family's headmaster know. Ji Ziyan's grades and character are just so-so. She won't be able to graduate even if she studies in university for another 3 years. Why waste any more time? Lin Yuquan immediately understood, if her grades aren't good enough, it would be better for her to start working early to save some money for the family. The expenses for students in the mecha department are not small, however, this still gave the culprit an easy time. Thinking of what he had found out on the morning, Lin Yuquan still felt aggrieved. Ji Ziyan's mental power is comparable to Miaomiao's, but Miaomiao's mental realm was damaged, while she took a level 2 stimulant beforehand and escaped unscathed. It seems like this was premeditated, and we can't let her get away with it. Lin Yuhei smiled meaningfully. Young people these days act impulsively. Xianhao and the others, out of concern for their sisters, accidentally injured someone. As elders, we have no choice but to apologize. That's true. Young people don't know how to control their strength, so it's not impossible for them to accidentally damage their mental realm. Lin Yuquan also laughed. Was this blatant retaliation, disguised as impulsive age? Lin Miaomiao couldn't help but mourn for Ji Ziyin inwardly. She could have provoked anyone else, but herself. The Lin family is full of people who protect their own shortcomings. However, in her previous life, Lin Miaomiao entered society early. Although she had her mother's protection, she also suffered a lot. She was no saint at all. However, Lin Miaomiao was a little worried. Is this too much? Beating someone up and then expelling them from school was practically a recipe for disaster. Lin Miaomiao feared being accused of bullying and bringing criticism upon the Lin family. Miaomiao, you're overthinking it, Lin Yuquan dismissed her niece's concerns. Damage to the spiritual realm is no small matter. You're lucky to have recovered this time. Ji Yanren's fate was a minor one. If Lin Miaomiao had been unlucky and unable to recover, Ji Yanren might have died. Even then, Ji Yanren wouldn't be as lucky as Lin Miaomiao, and her spiritual realm might never have recovered. Lin Miaomiao's heart skipped a beat, realizing how dangerous spiritual damage could be. This served as a reminder for her, she wouldn't be as impulsive as the previous owner. It's settled, Lin Yuhei made the final summary. Zio-san, you can call Xianheo later, I promise to complete the task, Lin Yuquan said excitedly. Big brother, just wait and see the result. Lin Yuquan swept away the decadence of the past few days, and the whole person became energetic. He went back to the room excitedly to complete the task. It seems that he still needs to find something for him to do in order to be energetic. Lin Miaomiao looked at Lin Yuquan's back thoughtfully. My dear, what's wrong? Are you feeling uncomfortable? Lin Yuhei was a little worried when he saw his daughter's absent-minded look. Could it be that she still felt that they had hit too hard? Lin Yuhei, who had seriously misunderstood his daughter's thoughts, sighed. Miaomiao was still too kind and could not bear to hurt those who hurt her. I'm fine, Lin Miaomiao shook her head. I just thought that my uncle was very energetic today, and I was thinking about whether I should find something for him to do. It turned out that she was worried about her uncle. Lin Yuhei breathed a sigh of relief. Lin Yuhei was actually worried, too. He'd been considering investing in a restaurant for Lin Yuquan to manage, but Lin Yuquan had no management training, and it seemed unlikely he'd be able to manage a large restaurant all at once. Hiring a chef wasn't cost-effective with such a small investment. Good chefs were rare in the interstellar world, and hiring one would be quite expensive. Otherwise, he could just enlist in the military. Lin Yuquan was quite talented. Although he'd attended Culinary Academy, he'd learned to operate mechas under the urging of his parents. He was now a level 3 mecha pilot, and with more practice, further advancement would be easy. After briefly explaining the situation to his daughter, Lin Yuhei smiled and said, Don't worry about your uncle's situation. Dad will take care of it. Oh, Lin Miaomiao nodded casually, understanding the situation, but she didn't take it seriously. Her uncle had been studying cooking for so long, so giving up wouldn't be easy. He needed a grace period. Chapter 16 Let's open a restaurant. Ji Yanren's problem was easy to solve, and Lin Yuquan brought back good news a few days later. Miaomiao, the bad guys who bullied you have left your school. Lin Yuquan grinned, and tried to take credit for it with his niece. Isn't my uncle awesome? My uncle is the best, Lin Miaomiao praised without hesitation. So for the next few days, Lin Yuquan walked with the wind. However, Lin Yuquan returned to his listless look after a few days. Now that there was nothing to do for him, he thought about his uncertain future. He couldn't just stay at home and eat gigolo meals. Although the Lin family didn't need him as a mouthful of food, Lin Yuquan also had self-respect. Noticing her uncle's worries, Lin Miaomiao was also very anxious. Her uncle treated her so well, and she didn't want her uncle to continue to be decadent. After thinking for a long time, Lin Miaomiao decided to take some time out every day to learn cooking with Yi. Although Lin Miaomiao already knew how to cook, her original owner didn't. The original owner had barely been in the kitchen in her entire life, yet suddenly she could cook, and the food tasted delicious. This clearly indicated something was fishy. Even though she wanted to help Lin Yuquan, Lin Miaomiao didn't want to sacrifice herself. 2 weeks passed in a flash. During that time, Lin Miaomiao completed all the basics of elementary education and learned the basics of piloting a mecha. Since she set aside half a day every afternoon to learn cooking, Lin Miaomiao was already satisfied with her learning rate. However, learning from Yi wasn't without its benefits. Lin Miaomiao used to run a fast food business with her mother, so her cooking skills weren't particularly advanced, and she didn't know many dishes. While the chefs of the interstellar era might not be as skilled as those of Lin Miaomiao's previous life, their dishes were vastly more diverse, and the ingredients were much richer. For example, in the 21st century, the common food was chicken, duck, fish, and pork. Beef, mutton, and other meats were too expensive. But in the interstellar age, beef and mutton are the same price as chicken, duck, fish and pork, and there are also a variety of identified edible exotic meats to choose from. If it weren't for the fact that people in the interstellar age pay attention to efficiency, many people would rather use nutritional supplements to replace 3 meals a day. With such a rich variety of ingredients, the chef industry would not decline. Every time Lin Miaomiao thinks of this, she can't help but feel a little regretful. On this day, Lin Miaomiao, who felt that everything was ready except for the east wind, cooked a meal herself before dinner. Lin Yuhe still rushes back to have dinner with his daughter every day, but the time for chatting after dinner has been cancelled because he has been too busy recently. When Lin Yuhe was about 80% full, Lin Miaomiao blinked and asked, "Dad, do you think the food tonight is delicious?" Lin Yuquan had a problem with his taste buds, so Lin Miaomiao didn't intend to ask for his opinion. Lin Yuhe, alerted by his daughter, sensed something was amiss. Today's dishes seemed to taste much better than usual, and he was surprised. Has Yi's cooking improved? After some thought, Lin Yuhe felt it was unlikely. Robots cooked according to menu, and for health reasons, the dishes on the menu were mostly light, with little oil, salt, or seasoning. So the taste was only average. Yi can't taste the food, can't adjust the menu, so how could his cooking improve? Lin Yuquan agreed. Lin Yuhe took another bite of the braised pork belly and, after savoring it carefully, confirmed that the dish was indeed much better than usual. Could it be that my little brother's cooking skills have improved? Lin Yuhe wondered, but his reaction clearly showed he hadn't known. Looking at his daughter, whose expression was impassive but with a hint of cunning in her eyes, Lin Yuhe raised an eyebrow. "Miaomiao, why don't you explain?" It was his daughter who brought up the topic first. She couldn't be unaware of the reason, but Lin Yuhe was puzzled by her daughter's intentions. Upon hearing this, Lin Yuquan looked at his niece curiously. He also wanted to know the reason. Could it be that Yi's cooking skills had improved? "It's nothing," Lin Miaomiao feigned calmness. "I've been learning to cook with Yi for the past 2 weeks." "You mean, you cooked tonight?" Lin Yuhe and Lin Yuquan were shocked. Putting aside the reason why Lin Miaomiao was learning to cook from Yi, if the students of the world's premier culinary academy knew that her cooking skills were so good after only 2 weeks of learning, wouldn't they be so ashamed that they would commit suicide? After all, although Lin Yuhe's cooking skills were poor, even the best graduates of culinary academies were only 3 points better than robots. Lin Miaomiao, after only 2 weeks of learning, could compete with students who had studied at the academy for 4 years. This was a slap in the face. A daughter, niece, would never lie. Lin Yuhe and his brother looked at each other, their hearts boiling with excitement. The Lin family had actually produced a culinary genius. But her excitement was fleeting. Lin Miaomiao would only be a mecha technician in the future, never a chef. Cooking was merely an additional skill. Lin Miaomiao understood her parents' concerns. Although she feared she wouldn't graduate in 3 years, she still had to make the necessary effort. After all, the original owner was a prodigy in the mecha department, and a sudden drop in grades was simply impossible. Thinking about the intermediate education courses she would have to learn, Lin Miaomiao felt gloomy. The content would only become increasingly complex, and time was severely limited. Therefore, helping her uncle had to be put on the agenda. Her studies would have to wait until she recovered and returned to school. Lin Miaomiao made a decision. "Uncle, let's open a restaurant," Lin Miaomiao proposed bluntly. "I'll be the chef." Lin Yuhe had already praised the taste of her food, and she figured a small restaurant would be a viable option. "That won't work," Lin Yuquan rejected without hesitation. His niece wanted to be a mecha technician. Lin Yuhe wanted to object, but he figured his daughter wouldn't mess with her future so easily, so he decided to wait and see. "Why not?" Lin Miaomiao asked, not waiting for Lin Yuquan's response. "I'm not saying I'm going to be a chef forever, it's just temporary. I'm recovering at home and have nothing else to do anyway." Lin Yuquan probably had some savings, so opening a small restaurant shouldn't be a problem, but the funds were a bit tight. And there was a big CEO sitting here. She figured giving her injured daughter some extra pocket money wouldn't be a problem, and the CEO wouldn't be reluctant to spend it. Lin Miaomiao thought. Lin Yuquan was somewhat tempted, but still felt it was inappropriate. When you are healed, you have to go back to school. What will happen to the restaurant then, uncle? You are thinking too far ahead. It's still a few months away. Lin Miaomiao rolled his eyes. When you learn how to manage the restaurant, we will expand the scope of business and hire a good chef, and we will have no worries. Besides, opening a restaurant is only temporary. According to his father, when his uncle cheers up, he may have to change his career. I think it's okay, Lin Yuhei interrupted. Miaomiao is idle anyway. With his father's approval, Lin Miaomiao's eyes showed a little pride. Uncle, look, even my dad thinks it's feasible. Lin Yuquan was already tempted, and when he saw that his eldest brother had no objection, he immediately gritted his teeth and said, open it. Chapter 17 Lin's Restaurant. As the saying goes, money and connections make things easier. Lin Miaomiao had just persuaded her uncle to open a small restaurant, and within a few days, it was ready to open, named Lin's Restaurant. The name Lin's Restaurant was simple and easy to understand, but Lin Miaomiao was initially dissatisfied. She believed that a restaurant name should always be catchy, like Yao Jia Restaurant or Longman Snacks. However, Lin Miaomiao's suggestion was strongly opposed by her uncle. He said, these cliched names have been popular for thousands of years, and they're even more prevalent now. If you don't believe me, just go out on the street or look on the Star Network. Frustrated, Lin Miaomiao didn't give up. She strolled around the Star Network's commercial district and discovered that the streets were filled with signs like Longman Mecha, Yaojian Mecha Repair Shop, and Wuming Mecha Training Center. Seeing was believing, and stunned, Lin Miaomiao finally gave up the idea of a restaurant name that sounded like a gangster. The Lin family restaurant was able to open so quickly thanks to Lin Yuhei, who doted on his daughter. Can't find a good location for the restaurant? No problem. Lin Yuhei waved his hand and bought a 50-story building near the Heguang Mecha Group. The first floor was directly used as a restaurant for his daughter and younger brother, and the rest of the floor was left empty for now, since he had plenty of money. Can't get a restaurant license or something? No problem, Lin Yuhei could solve it with just one phone call. On the opening day of the Lin family restaurant, Lin Yuhei gave benefits to the top management of the Heguang Mecha Group. Everyone has worked hard recently, I'll treat you today. So in less than a month, all the employees of the Heguang Mecha Group knew that a Lin family restaurant had opened nearby, and the food was delicious and affordable. At dinner time, Lin Miaomiao was busy in the kitchen waving a spatula. Even with the thermostat on, her face was slightly flushed, which was due to exhaustion. Lin Yuquan looked at her with some distress when he came in to serve the dishes. Miaomiao, can you still handle it? I can't. Lin Miaomiao looked at her uncle expressionlessly. How about we drive the guests away? Lin Yuquan was a little embarrassed. Although he felt sorry for his niece, it didn't seem right to open a shop and drive away customers. Lin Miaomiao was just joking with Lin Yuquan. Seeing her uncle's helpless face, she couldn't help laughing. Lin Yuquan was a little helpless. You girl are still teasing your uncle. It was busy until 9 o'clock in the evening, the closing time of the Lin family restaurant, and there were finally no customers in the store. It was time to close. Lin Miaomiao was directing the robot to clean in the kitchen, and Lin Yuquan was checking today's cash flow. The Lin family restaurant was installed with a commercial optical computer. Customers had to pay for their meals in advance, so there was no need to worry about free meals. The daily cash flow was also clear, which saved Lin Yuquan the effort of counting the accounts. Just when the uncle and nephew finished tidying up the store and were ready to close, Lin Yuhei showed up with a group of people. The business in the store was good today, and Lin Yuquan was very happy. When he saw Lin Yuhei, he smiled and said, "Brother, why are you here so late?" Without waiting for Lin Yuhei to answer, he turned around and called to the kitchen, "Miaomiao, your dad is here." Lin Miaomiao was suddenly surprised. It was time to go home. Why was his cheap dad still here? When he came out of the kitchen, he saw that he was not alone, but followed by more than 10 people. Lin Miaomiao suddenly had a bad feeling. "Dad, are you here to take me home?" Lin Miaomiao held on to some hope. There were many customers today and she was a little tired. She wanted to go home early. Lin Yuhei also noticed that his daughter's face was a little tired. It was just that in order to catch up with the progress of the order today, they had been discussing with the customer until now. If they were all family members, Lin Yuhei would give each of them a bottle of nutrition supplement and give them a little salary at the end of the month. But with customers, it would be different. There are formal companies nearby. After 6 o'clock every day, the employees go home and the nearby restaurants will close early. Only the Lin family restaurant has good cooking skills and is opened by the family of President He Guang. Single employees of He Guang can go home directly after dinner for convenience. After all, they eat wherever they go, and it's not bad to make themselves familiar with the president's family. Miaomiao, it's still early. Go and get some good food. Dad is hungry. Lin Yuhei's serious face was slightly softened. Lin Miaomiao resigned herself to going back to the kitchen, but she was a little unwilling to give in. She blinked her almond eyes and negotiated with Lin Yuhei. We are about to close. The cost of eating now will have to double. What do you think, Dad? Everyone was also drunk with the thought of blackmailing their own family members like this. Okay, Lin Yuhei didn't care. Consider it as your hard work fee. The man in military uniform standing next to Lin Yuhei couldn't help laughing. Mr. Lin is very generous. My little girl is naughty. I'm sorry to have embarrassed you, Colonel Yi. Lin Yuhei politely stretched out his hand and pointed the way. Second Lieutenant Yi, please come this way. Lin's restaurant also has private rooms, but because of the exquisite decoration, the charges are relatively high, and it takes a high-end route. After getting Lin Yuhei's promise, Lin Miaomiao felt a lot happier, and even the fatigue in her body seemed to dissipate, and she entered the kitchen with full energy. It was obvious that this group of people in front of her could not be dealt with casually, so Lin Miaomiao decided to cook a few of her specialties, regardless of whether they were on the menu or not. Steamed spare ribs with rice flour, sweet and sour fish, crispy roast duck, braised pork, stir-fried seasonal vegetables, etc. Because there were so many people, Lin Miaomiao served a full 16 dishes, and finally served a 3 fresh soup before turning off the fire. Thinking that it should be enough to eat, Lin Miaomiao decided to take a break first. Sitting leisurely in the kitchen and eating melon seeds. The melon seeds nowadays are really good, fragrant and crispy, and not irritating. It doesn't matter how many you eat. After relaxing for half an hour, Lin Yuquan came into the kitchen again. Lin Miaomiao's eyes lit up. Is it time to close? Don't worry, they are still drinking, Lin Yuquan said with a smile. Colonel Yu thinks your cooking skills are good, so he asked you to cook 2 more dishes and take them away later. What? You have to pack them up after eating? Lin Miaomiao was dumbfounded. Even if someone was treating, this was too rude. Lin Miaomiao's reaction amused Lin Yuquan. Okay, just make 2 simple ones, how can that be? After all, they are important guests of Dad, Lin Miaomiao replied with gritted teeth. She had already thought about what dishes to cook. After Lin Yuhei sent the guests to the car, Lin Miaomiao's uncle and nephew finished cleaning and closed the door, and the 3 of them went home together. Miaomiao, you have worked hard today. Lin Yuquan rarely had a stern face, and was obviously in a good mood. It's not hard, anyway, there's money. Lin Miaomiao smiled happily. The meal just now cost double the money, and it was worth it no matter how tired she was. Lin Yuquan shook his head helplessly. I don't know who he learned to be so obsessed with money from. He was too lazy to pay attention to his money-obsessed daughter and turned to ask about his younger brother's income and expenditure in the past few days. The number of customers in the Lin family restaurant was increasing. Lin Yuquan had long wanted to show off. When he saw Lin Yuhei asking, he immediately reported with a beaming face. Lin Miaomiao couldn't help covering her face. It felt like showing off to her parents after picking up a candy. Uncle, don't you feel ashamed? Chapter 18 The highest instruction from the old man. Upon arriving home, Lin Miaomiao couldn't wait to return to her room. She was already exhausted today, and with a later closing time, she felt like she was about to burst. Lin Yuquan had wanted to return to her room earlier, but Lin Yuhei stopped him. They went into the large study on the 2nd floor. Can't we talk about it tomorrow? Lin Yuquan slumped down on the soft sofa, yawning profusely. Their small business couldn't afford to hire anyone, and the 2 robots they bought were mere idiots. They were fine for basic tasks like chopping vegetables, clearing tables, and cleaning, but they weren't up to the task of taking orders or serving food. As the owner, Lin Yuquan had to do it himself. Fortunately, the cash register was handled by a smart computer that scanned the checkout, freeing Lin Yuquan from any involvement. Otherwise, he'd be exhausted. Zio-san, Lin Yuhei said, ready for a long conversation. I've been to your shop a few times these days, and as you said, business is pretty good, of course. Miaomiao's cooking skills are unmatched by other restaurants, Lin Yuquan said proudly. Even though the Lin family restaurant had only been open for less than 2 weeks, business was booming, drawing countless envy and resentment. Seeing his younger brother's smug face, Lin Yuhe wanted to slap him, but he finally restrained his restless right hand and simply poured a basin of cold water on him. But I've discovered a very important problem. Discovered a problem? Lin Yuquan looked at his eldest brother in confusion. Why do I feel like you, the boss, are doing some waiter work? Lin Yuhe said slowly. Are you planning to live like this forever? I just don't have the funds to hire waiters right now. Once I have more funds, I won't have to do these things myself, Lin Yuquan argued. Lin Yuhe nodded, then pressed, and then what? Are you just going to be a boss collecting credits? Sitting in the office doing nothing all day? Of course not, Lin Yuquan wanted to argue, but on second thought, as long as he had the money to go around and his eldest brother to protect him, he really didn't have to do anything but collect credits. Lin family, how can you be so unambitious? Lin Yuhe glared at his younger brother with disdain. Lin Yuquan had once wanted to learn cooking and strive to become a famous interstellar chef, and his family hadn't objected, because at least he wouldn't be living a life of mediocrity. And with the support of the Heguang Mecha Group, opening a restaurant was only a matter of time. Once the Interstellar Hotel was established, Lin Yuquan's only reward would be financial success, and the Lin family wasn't short of money. In Lin Yuhe's view, having him as a financial backer was enough for the Lin family. If that's the case, then why did Big Brother support us opening the restaurant in the first place? Lin Yuquan said, feeling a little depressed, because the facts were just as Lin Yuhe had said. But facts were facts. There was no objection at the beginning, and now the restaurant was open. More than a month had passed. What was the point of pouring cold water on him now? That was because we saw you were so discouraged at the time, and we couldn't bear to discourage you, so we wanted to give you some time, Lin Yuhe replied with a hint of guilt. Of course, Lin Yuhe didn't dare say he was worried his daughter would be bored recuperating at home all day. Seeing his daughter's enthusiasm for helping Lin Yuquan build a career, he agreed, giving her a way to earn some pocket money. After all, he'd already wasted several years learning to cook, so another 6 months wouldn't be a big deal, Lin Yuhe reasoned, and didn't object. Lin Yuquan, of course, didn't know what was going on. He was speechless after hearing his elder brother's explanation, finding it quite sensible. What are you trying to say by bringing this up now? It was because the old man, upon learning that Lin Yuquan had regained his composure, felt it was too much of a loss for him to be an idle boss with his qualifications, and ordered him to urge his younger brother to join the army for training as soon as possible. Lin Yuhe muttered to himself, but he said, "You've always had the talent to be a top-tier mecha pilot. I didn't push you before because you wanted to be a chef, but now that you can't cook, it's time to consider becoming a mecha pilot." I understand, Lin Yuquan lowered his head, a look of struggle on his face. As a passionate young man, it would be a lie to say he didn't want to be a mecha pilot. Lin Yuquan had chosen to be a chef out of a deep desire, but now that path was clearly out of reach. But what would the Lin family restaurant do? Dad means you should intensify your mecha training and strive to become a level 4 mecha pilot before next year's conscription season, Lin Yuhe formally conveyed the old man's highest order to his younger brother. In reality, it would be easy for Lin Yuquan, a level 3 mecha pilot, to join the army. However, the younger Lin's temperament was too unruly, and the Lin family believed that he should be kept under close watch. The second oldest of the Lin family, Lin Yuhu, served in the Suzaku Legion, one of the 4 major legions of the Federation. The minimum qualification for admission to the Suzaku Legion was level 4 mecha pilot. As soon as Lin Yuhe finished speaking, Lin Yuquan understood what the old man meant, and his face turned bitter. The Suzaku Legion was good, but being in the same legion with his second brother, the Smiling Tiger, was not a good thing. Can we change our target? Lin Yuquan asked without any hope. No, Lin Yuhe cruelly punctured his little brother's last hope. Lin Yuquan laughed dryly twice, trying to make a final resistance, but Miaomiao and I agreed to open a restaurant. We can't just walk away from it after opening. You don't have to worry about this, just hire a waiter to help Miaomiao. Lin Yuhe had thought about it a long time ago. Let Miaomiao write a recruitment notice tomorrow, and when we recruit people, you can work hard to improve your mecha division level. But we just made a little money, how can we have extra funds to hire people? Lin Yuquan's handsome face quickly turned into a bitter face. If he had known this, he would have been decadent for a while. After all, he was his biological brother, born of the same mother, and he had grown up with his own eyes, practically like another son. Lin Yuhei couldn't bear to see him so depressed, so he comforted him. "Don't worry, I'll pay your wages, and I won't take your share. Miaomiao and I have a good relationship." "She definitely won't take my share." Lin Yuquan rolled his eyes at Lin Yuhei. He was still very confident in his niece's character. "Really?" Lin Yuhei sneered. "But don't forget, Miaomiao has to go back to school after his injury heals. Milulin's first military academy had a heavy workload, and Lin Miaomiao might not have time to manage the restaurant when he returned." How could he forget that? The smug look on Lin Yuquan's face vanished instantly, and he turned to his elder brother with a flattering look. "Oh, I was wrong. Big brother, please be magnanimous and don't hold it against me. Newly enlisted soldiers don't get much pay. If he strives to advance, he'll have to spend a considerable amount of credits repairing and maintaining his mecha. He couldn't do that without clinging to his financial backers." Lin Yuhei expressed his deep appreciation for Lin Yuquan's tactful behavior. "Since it's your first offense, I'll let it go this time. If you do it again, I'll be careful about your dividends being deducted," Lin Yuquan tearfully declared. "There won't be a next time. Big brother, feel free to go on your way." "No, go upstairs and rest, Lin Yuhei." Chapter 19 Recruitment. "So I have to hire a waiter now." Lin Miaomiao's eyes widened as she stared at her uncle in disbelief. Although she had thought her uncle would find another way out once he pulled himself together, the restaurant had only been open for a little over a month, and his partner had already found a new life goal and was ready to strive for progress. He was putting all the responsibility on her, which was simply going too far. "I wasn't forced to do this," Lin Yuquan said shyly at her fingers. Who dares to object when the old man has spoken? After more than a month of buffering time, and with the caring company of his niece, Lin Yuquan had long since recovered from the setback. After talking with Lin Yuhei yesterday, Lin Yuquan couldn't sleep that night. He had to admit that the path the old man had arranged for him was very suitable, and he didn't want to refuse again. So before 6 o'clock today, Lin Yuquan was waiting at the restaurant to discuss hiring and the transfer of management with Lin Miaomiao. It was indeed difficult to refute the old man's words, and Lin Miaomiao had to admit that. "Okay, you've passed," Lin Miaomiao said, still feeling a bit frustrated. "We need to hire 2 people. If one person goes on vacation, there's no one to cover." Lin Miaomiao said that only a ruthless boss would keep the waitstaff on duty for a whole month. "You decide," Lin Yuquan thought, dismissing these as trivial matters. "Then I'll post the job posting on the Star Network recruitment forum," Lin Miaomiao muttered softly. "Hopefully, I can hire 2 capable people." "Oh, right," Lin Yuquan suddenly remembered something important. "And then there's the food procurement. You need to know how to place an order. If the ingredients aren't fully prepared, the restaurant's business will be significantly impacted. Fortunately, the Lin family restaurant only has one supplier, so it won't take much time." After breakfast, Lin Miaomiao quickly posted the job posting on Star Network. In her rush to hire, she even spent 200 star coins to get the post pinned to the top of the page. 1 star coin is equivalent to 1 credit point, and spending 200 credit points to increase recruitment efficiency was a bit painful for Lin Miaomiao, considering that 200 credit points could almost buy a week's supply of primary nutritional supplements. It's true that paid recruitment is incredibly efficient. Just half an hour after the job posting was posted online, the interview video arrived. Lin Miaomiao connected, and a young man's avatar appeared before her. Before she could even get a clear look at the recruiter, the young man spoke in a cool voice. "Hello, I'm here to apply." Before he could finish, his cool demeanor collapsed, his eyes lit up, and he suddenly changed the subject. "Wow, you're beautiful." Lin Miaomiao blushed. The situation had changed so quickly. Clearing her throat, she asked, "Are you here to apply, right?" The young man excitedly interrupted her before she could finish her words. "Hello, beautiful lady. My name is Feng Jia. May I ask how old you are? Do you have a boyfriend?" Lin Miaomiao gritted her teeth. "What if I have a boyfriend? So what if I don't? If you don't, consider me. If you do, why not consider someone else?" Feng Jia said with a smirk. "I can guarantee that I'll be the most competent boyfriend." Lin Miaomiao chuckled and refused without hesitation. "Sorry, I'm only looking for shop assistants. Not boyfriends. Any more sluts?" With that, Lin Miaomiao abruptly ended the video call. What kind of person is this? Even while looking for a job, He still hasn't forgotten to flirt with women. Lin Miaomiao was furious. Seeing the strange video call coming in again, she ruthlessly reported it. Reason for the report: harassment video call. Federal Code of Ethics 2156, harassment video calls from unknown users are prohibited. If reported, upon verification, a fine of 100 credit points will be imposed for the first time, 1,000 credit points for the second time, and 24 hours of detention and a fine of 10,000 credit points for the third time. Somewhere in the corner of me Roland Star, a young man named Fang Jie wailed, "Isn't it just a job? Is there any need to report me?" Regardless of Fang Jie's grief, Lin Miaomiao, having let out a sigh of relief, cheerfully changed her clothes and headed out with Lin Yuquan to the Lin family restaurant. On the way, they received 2 more job interviews. After hanging up again, Lin Miaomiao sighed helplessly. Why was it so hard to hire 2 people? Standing at the kitchen door, Lin Yuquan asked, "What? Still not suitable?" "It's because the salary is too low," Lin Miaomiao grumbled, curling her lips in dissatisfaction. "I looked it up, and waiter salaries are generally between 2,000 and 2,500 credit points. I offered 3,000, and you still think it's too little." If it weren't for Lin's father's generous promise to pay the salary, Lin Miaomiao wouldn't have been willing to give 3,000. "Take your time, there's no rush," Lin Yuquan soothed softly. Unfortunately, Lin Miaomiao didn't appreciate it. "It's all your fault, uncle. If you hadn't suddenly decided to make a move, how would such a small shop need to hire up?" Lin Yuquan rubbed his nose awkwardly. "Uncle's wrong. Miaomiao, don't be angry. It's not good for your health." Lin Yuquan's face wrinkled again as he racked his brains for apology. "Okay, I don't blame you," he said, noting that Lin Yuquan admitted his mistake well. "Go out and watch over it, or you won't notice a customer coming." Lin Miaomiao thought to herself, "While he's still here, I'll try to exploit his remaining value," directing 2 robots to wash and cut food, while fielding 3 more job application calls. She was busy until 11:30, when a customer finally arrived. Through the thick glass door, Lin Miaomiao noticed a fiery red afro of the day's first customer looked familiar. Before she could remember where she'd seen him before, Lin Yuquan entered the kitchen again. "Miaomiao, someone's here to apply for a job," Lin Yuquan called out. "Apply?" Lin Miaomiao was a little surprised. Video conferencing is so convenient nowadays. Except for positions that require exams, everyone is used to applying via video conferencing. It's really strange that someone came to the store specifically to find a job as a waiter. Lin Miaomiao went out to take a look. Oh, no wonder she felt familiar just now. Isn't this the first person who applied for a job via video conferencing and was reported by her? Her name seems to be Fang Jie. "Hey, beautiful, nice to see you again." Fang Jie, with her fiery red afro, smiled with a row of neat white teeth and said to Lin Miaomiao eagerly, "Do you still remember me?" "I do." Lin Miaomiao glanced at Fang Jie expressionlessly, and found a table nearby to sit down. Fang Jie was delighted and sat down opposite Lin Miaomiao in a familiar manner. Just as she was about to explain her purpose, she heard Lin Miaomiao say coldly, "Isn't he the scoundrel I just reported? How dare you chase me into the store?" "What, scoundrel?" Lin Yuquan, who was sitting at the cashier counter, stood up suddenly, his face instantly becoming gloomy and terrifying. Waving his fists, he took a few steps to his knees and stood on guard. Don't get excited, this is all a misunderstanding." Fang Jie burst into tears. She hurriedly stood up and stepped back 2 steps, making incoherent excuses. "Let's talk it over, I'm not a bad person." Really not. Fang Jie really felt that she was wronged. She was obviously an honest and motivated 5 good young man, but she was always misunderstood as a bad person. Besides, everyone has a love for beauty. Isn't it just a little excited when seeing a beautiful woman? This is not a big crime, right? Chapter 20, Fang Jie, the punished person. Lin Yuquan put on a serious posture. Fang Jie immediately wiped away tears of grievance, and Lin Miaomiao, watching from the side, felt very amused. Unfortunately, due to the original owner's always aloof image, Lin Miaomiao could only laugh in her heart. After laughing for a long time, seeing that the Lin family restaurant was about to be drowned by Fang Jie's tears, Lin Miaomiao finally called for a stop. "Okay, sit down. Who'll pay if the customers are scared away? This guy is not threatening." After Lin Yuquan finished his assessment, he followed his niece's words and sat down. "I don't have money," Fang Jie said timidly, and didn't dare to sit down again. The 100 credit points fine for being reported just now was 1/10 of Fang Ji's savings. I say, Lin Miaomiao couldn't help but frown. Why are you so weird? Nonsense, Fang Jie said, perhaps feeling insulted, and raised his voice considerably. What's weird about me, huh? Lin Yuquan glared at Fang Jie fiercely. What did you say? Say it again. No, nothing. Fang Jie was instantly deflated by the enemy's overwhelming momentum, but still somewhat unwilling to give in. He weakly defended himself. What's weird about me? It's normal. Don't talk back. Miaomiao said you're weird, so you are weird, Lin Yuquan said sternly. Got it. Fang Jie continued to feel wronged, this time not even daring to defend himself. Tisk, what a play of the strong bullying the weak. Lin Miaomiao was enjoying it, but no matter how enjoyable it was time to end because a customer arrived. Lin Yuquan also noticed the customer coming in and immediately put on a smile and went forward to greet and take the order. Ahem, Lin Miaomiao cleared her throat and said to Fang Jie, your name is Fang Jie, right? Fang Jie nodded, hesitated, and then asked worriedly, are you sick? I have medicine, Lin Miaomiao frowned. Who is this unlucky child cursing? He refused in a bad mood. No, keep it for yourself and eat more, you look really bad, Fang Jie said, not giving up after being rejected. You should eat something. After that, Fang Jie reached into his trouser pocket for a long time and actually took out a small brown glass bottle. He handed it to Lin Miaomiao with a look of concern. Lin Miaomiao decided to ignore this idiot. The customers had already ordered, and they had to get to work. Hey, they haven't even said whether they want to hire me yet. Why are you running away? The idiot Fang Jie was dumbfounded. What should he do now? Fang Jie was obviously unwilling to go back like this. It was a rare job that didn't require high standards and he could do it. He couldn't go back empty-handed. Because of the rain, there were not many people eating out today, and by 1 o'clock there were basically no customers. After finishing her work, Lin Miaomiao was about to sit down and rest for a while, but she found that Fang Jie had not left yet and even chased into the kitchen. Hey, why haven't you left yet? Lin Miaomiao said in surprise. Fang Jie felt a little aggrieved. You didn't tell me to leave, and besides, I'm here to apply for a job. If he couldn't find a job, he would have to sleep on the streets and starve, and Fang Jie was not willing to give up easily. Lin Miaomiao glanced at Fang Jie's fiery red afro and flatly refused. We are a small business here, and we want to recruit 2 honest and reliable waiters. Honest and reliable? Fang Jie's eyes lit up, and he pointed at his nose and said, that's it. Look at my face, how honest. A fiery red afro, a black top with a skull pattern, and harem pants with the same color laces and various holes. Can this image be called honest? Haha, Lin Miaomiao chuckled dryly and suggested coldly, I think a hair salon would be a better fit for you. Look at the way you dress, you're so trendy, but the salon said I'm too old-fashioned and can't keep up with the times, Fang Jie said, feeling wronged again. He had just applied for a job at a salon yesterday and been rejected. Besides, your face is too honest. No matter how you dress, you won't be fashionable. You'd better find another way out, was the last thing the hairdresser told Fang Jie. The customers gradually left. Lin Yuquan went into the kitchen to see what they were having for lunch. Seeing Fang Jie, he was also surprised. Why are you still here? He asked Lin Miaomiao. Are you planning to keep this guy here? No, he's not planning to. The way he dresses, he'll scare away a lot of customers, Lin Miaomiao commented mercilessly. That's true, Lin Yuquan touched the tip of his nose, ready to send him off. Well, sorry to have sent you packing, having failed another job, Fang Jie's head drooped, and she made a final, tearful effort. I can change. Can you give me another chance? I'll definitely do my best. Lin Miaomiao remained silent. Lin Yuquan had already turned to leave the kitchen. Fang Jie, desperate, prepared to leave with red eyes. Wait, Lin Yuquan suddenly stopped and turned back to Fang Jie. You, lift your head and look. Why did it feel like a dandy young man teasing a weak woman? Lin Miaomiao was embarrassed. Fang Jie, desperate at this point, looked up obediently, only to see a pair of tear-swollen eyes on his fair face. Puff, Lin Yuquan couldn't help but laugh. Fang Jie's face immediately flushed crimson with embarrassment. Lin Miaomiao shook her head. Her uncle was too kind. The other person was crying so miserably, and he was still watching the joke. Okay, stop crying. People will think we are bullying you, Lin Yuquan said with a smile. I think you honest. Just try it here for a week. If it works, we will keep you, Uncle. Lin Miaomiao looked at Lin Yuquan in surprise. Obviously, her uncle didn't agree just now. But since Lin Yuquan had said it, Lin Miaomiao couldn't object. Really, compared to Lin Miaomiao's surprise, Feng Jie was pleasantly surprised. Of course it's true, Lin Yuquan ignored his niece's question and instructed Feng Jie, take out the dishes over there and eat first. I'm hungry. Feng Jie burst into laughter after getting the promise, and happily followed the instructions and went to work. After Feng Jie brought the dishes out of the kitchen, Lin Yuquan smiled and explained to his niece, I won't have time to come to the restaurant in the future, so the person you hire must be honest. This guy's appearance is not very good, but he looks like a punching bag, easy to bully. Lin Miaomiao was embarrassed. We are hiring a waiter, not a punching bag. Why should he be so easy to bully? However, Uncle, since you agreed to try him for a week, let's see if he can do the job well. Lin Miaomiao compromised. She couldn't go back on her word and lose face for her uncle. I think so. That guy has a tough character. Lin Yuquan was very confident. Uncle, your vision will not be wrong. Lin Miaomiao glanced at the complacent Uncle Lin. Although she still had some doubts in her heart, she didn't want to pour cold water on him now. The uncle and nephew reached a consensus and stopped arguing too much. They washed their hands and prepared to go out for dinner. It was so late and they were really hungry. Chapter 21 It's all the fault of the pepper. Although she wasn't entirely satisfied, at least she had hired someone, so Lin Miaomiao breathed a sigh of relief. The three of them had set up their dishes and were about to sit down to eat when another customer arrived. Lin Yuquan hurriedly stood up to greet them. Not even having time to eat, Lin Miaomiao felt a little resentful and quickly filled half a bowl of rice to fill her stomach, lest she be too hungry to work later. Welcome, is there just one person? Lin Yuquan put on a smile and was about to show the customer to a seat when she realized she knew the visitor. Hey, are you Teacher Yi? Lin Miaomiao, who was quickly stuffing her food into her mouth, choked. Could this be the Teacher Yi she knew? After finally catching her breath, she looked up and met Yi Hongwen's dark eyes. She couldn't help but wail inwardly, why was she so unlucky today? Miluolan Military Academy was quite far away, so Yi Hongwen's presence was a little strange. However, regardless of why Yi Hongwen was there, Lin Miaomiao had to show respect to him, given his status as a teacher. Lin Miaomiao reluctantly put down her bowl and chopsticks and stood up. Teacher Yi, are you coming for dinner? Honestly, if possible, Lin Miaomiao would have liked to stay as far away from Yi Hongwen as possible. In the video she'd sent to Yi Hongwen as evidence, the original owner's fight with a classmate had been linked to Yi Hongwen. Stealing a glimpse at Yi Hongwen's icy yet undeniably handsome face, Lin Miaomiao couldn't help but feel deeply moved. Even a girl as aloof as the original owner couldn't control her feelings. Yi Hongwen truly was a scourge. Maintaining a safe distance was essential, Lin Miaomiao resolved. Yet, Yi Hongwen nodded casually, but he made no move to sit down. Instead, he looked around. Lin Miaomiao approached, wanting to ask what the teacher wanted, but a question suddenly escaped her lips. Teacher Yi, why did you come all this way to eat? Observing from the sidelines, Lin Yuquan couldn't help but look up at the ceiling. Even if he was curious, it was hard to ask such a question out loud. What if it intruded on someone's privacy? Lin Miaomiao regretted the words as soon as they left her mouth. But words spoken are like spilled water, impossible to take back. She could only rack her brains for a way to keep him. However, something unexpected happened to Lin Yuquan and his nephew. Yi Hongwen actually answered the question seriously. My family brought back some midnight snacks last night. After eating them, I had a dull stomachache. After examination, I found that the regular nutrient solution I use has weakened my stomach's digestive function, and the spice of the midnight snack is to blame. This had nothing to do with the previous question. Lin Miaomiao was completely confused. Yi Hongwen continued his explanation coldly. The doctor said not to consume the nutrient solution for 3 meals a day for now. The boiled fish fillets last night were delicious, but a bit spicy. I came to see if there were any non-spicy dishes. The boiled fish fillets were too spicy? Yi Hongwen's family also had the surname Yi. Colonel Yi had asked for a takeaway after dinner last night. Lin Miaomiao immediately felt guilty. Last night, Colonel Yi requested a takeaway meal. She felt that she was taking advantage of Lin Yuhei, so she chose 2 spicy dishes out of dissatisfaction and even added a handful of chili peppers. You can imagine how it tasted. She thought that after taking the dishes back, the people who ate them would choose not to eat them because they thought it was too spicy, but she didn't expect that someone would be hospitalized, and that person was an acquaintance. Fortunately, medical skills are more outstanding nowadays, and Ye Hongwen is fine except that he looks a little pale. Feeling guilty, Lin Miaomiao didn't care about pretending to be cool, and said in a slightly flattering tone, "Teacher Ye, if you don't mind, just eat something with us. We don't use chili peppers today." Lin Miaomiao never treated herself badly. Although there were not many people eating, she made 4 or 5 dishes, which was enough even for Ye Hongwen to eat together. Lin Yuquan, who didn't understand the situation, was very confused. When did his niece become so servile? Ye Hongwen, however, didn't seem to notice anything was amiss and readily agreed, "Okay." So, the 3-person lunch became a 4-person lunch. Lin Miaomiao didn't have to go back to work hungry, which was a cause for celebration. After the meal, Ye Hongwen didn't rush to leave, sitting upright, making it difficult for Lin Miaomiao to leave the table. Fang Jie, seemingly a punching bag, was quite discerning. Seeing Ye Hongwen's chilling aura and Lin Miaomiao's effort at acting cool, he tactfully took over the robot's job of clearing the tables. Later, Lin Yuquan, fed up with the 2 humanoid air conditioners, also found an excuse to go shopping for ingredients. After a long silence, Ye Hongwen casually asked, "What made you want to open a restaurant?" "I was injured and bored at home, so I wanted to find something to do to pass the time," Lin Miaomiao replied dryly. "That's not bad," Ye Hongwen nodded. "It was better than doing something meaningless all day." The conversation was cut short again, and Lin Miaomiao sighed silently. The original owner must have had special feelings for Ye Hongwen. Every time she got close to him, her heart would beat faster, which annoyed Lin Miaomiao. Unable to find a good topic, Ye Hongwen was getting a little impatient. After finding some food that suited his appetite, he decided to go back early. "I have something else to do, so I'll leave first." Ye Hongwen stood up gracefully. Finally, it was time to leave. Lin Miaomiao couldn't help but breathe a sigh of relief and hurriedly stood up to see him off. "Goodbye, Teacher Ye, and welcome to come again when you're free." "No way. It's better not to come again," Lin Miaomiao prayed. "I know," Ye Hongwen nodded, but then he stopped and turned around as if he remembered something. "By the way, I can't get used to the food cooked by robots. I'll trouble you to prepare 3 meals for me during this period. I'll place a monthly takeout order then." 3 meals? Lin Miaomiao was dumbfounded. "They don't sell breakfast here." "Ah, that's not right. They don't do takeout business at all. They're busy enough with just the orders from customers who come to the store every day." Wanting to refuse, but then remembering that Ye Hongwen's stomach ache was due to her contribution, Lin Miaomiao faltered. After Ye Hongwen left, Lin Yuquan, who had been eavesdropping in the kitchen, showed up and said, "Miaomiao, we don't offer takeout here. Why did you agree? He's a teacher, we have to respect him." Lin Miaomiao replied expressionlessly. Lin Yuquan sneered, "What's the point of respecting teachers? Come on, I don't think you dare to refute." Knowing the reason and still asking, "Isn't this asking knowingly?" Lin Miaomiao glared at Lin Yuquan fiercely. "Don't be angry, anger will give you wrinkles." Knowing he was in the wrong, Lin Yuquan touched his nose awkwardly, trying to change the subject. "I'm not angry." Lin Miaomiao calmly looked at his blushing uncle, thought for a moment, and simply revealed some reasons. "Last night, Colonel Yi asked for a takeaway dish. I made boiled fish fillet and stewed beef brisket with radish, and added a handful of chili peppers." 2 dishes and a handful of chili peppers? Lin Yuquan gasped. How spicy must that be? Remembering Ye Hongwen's explanation, Lin Yuquan realized that it wasn't respect for the teacher, but rather a compensatory mentality caused by a guilty conscience. Lin Yuquan was relieved. Miaomiao is such a good child for admitting her mistakes and correcting them. Lin Miaomiao felt a chill. If you are listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means it was downloaded and re-uploaded without effort. We warmly invite you to visit our channel, Fanfic World. There you will find the original version of this story and many other novels of various genres. We look forward to seeing you dive into a world of incredible novels. Chapter 22: The Miserable Uncle Lin. Fang Ji's trial period began the next day. Before he left, Lin Miaomiao warned him, "We don't need waiters who are too trendy here, and we certainly don't need waiters who fail to catch on to the latest trends. If you want to last, you need to be clean, Fearing he wouldn't make it through the trial period, Feng Jie, the victim, used his remaining credits to trim his hair and dye it back to its natural color. As for clothes, seeing Feng Jie's poverty, Lin Miaomiao purchased several sets of uniforms for waiters, a slim-fitting purple jacket with black trousers. Feng Jie was so moved by the free clothes that he burst into tears and resolved to work hard. It's just 2 ordinary sets of clothes. Why are you so happy? Lin Yuquan was puzzled. Of course, Feng Jie replied firmly. This is the first time I've worn new clothes in my life. No way. Lin Yuquan was so shocked that his mouth almost dropped. Feng Jie's age had been asked during the application process, and he was already 18. It was unbelievable that such a young man had never worn new clothes. Feng Jie gave a wry smile and said, I'm an orphan. Lin Yuquan remained silent. If that were the case, it made sense. In the interstellar age, the term orphan still existed. Furthermore, with technological advancements allowing even homosexuals to have their own offspring, few would be willing to adopt orphans. The survival of the fittest applies everywhere. Orphans with exceptional mental strength or special skills receive state-focused training, while those without are expelled from the orphanage at 18 and forced to fend for themselves. Feng Jie was an orphan of mediocre abilities, with low mental potential and average physical potential. Consequently, he was forced to consume minimal nutritional supplements and wear discarded clothes. His fiery red afro was a practice item. A month ago, Feng Jie turned 18 and was expelled from the orphanage, leaving him with only a few tattered clothes and 1,000 credits from the director. That's really pitiful. Lin Miaomiao nodded expressionlessly. No wonder you're so anxious to find a job. Feng Jie nodded frantically. How could an orphan with no special skills find a job? Although she felt sorry for Feng Jie, Lin Miaomiao still had some doubts in her mind. If you're so anxious to find a job, why did you say such nonsense during the video interview that day? Feng Jie blushed. I'm out of options. I've been looking for a job for over a month with no luck. My friend taught me that trick, saying that beautiful girls are vain. Lin Miaomiao felt a little behind the times with such a theory. Lin Yuquan, however, dismissed the trick as nonsense. You have to have strong tastes to like such a scoundrel-like employee. The waiter job at Lin's restaurant was simple, guiding customers to their seats, taking orders, and serving food. Feng Jie didn't seem very reliable, but she was a hard worker and a quick learner. Within a few days, Feng Jie was serving customers independently, and Lin Yuquan became a mere figurehead. What satisfied Lin Miaomiao even more was that although Feng Jie, an orphan, looked soft, he was very smooth in serving customers and good at flattery, unlike Lin Yuquan, who was too proud to lower himself. After a week of probation, Lin Miaomiao announced with satisfaction that Feng Jie had passed the probation and officially became a member of the Lin family restaurant. The first employee he recruited was very outstanding, which made Lin Yuquan, who decided to give Feng Jie a chance, very proud. However, joy turned to sorrow. Lin Yuquan's boasting lasted only 2 days, and Lin Miaomiao couldn't stand it anymore, so she secretly reported to the old man, my uncle has been wandering around doing nothing lately. Lin Yuquan burst into tears. I just spent 2 days idle in the store, how can I be wandering around doing nothing? Although Lin Yuquan was very dissatisfied, the old man did not accept his appeal, and directly asked the eldest brother of the Lin family to drag him away and beat him up, and finally threw him into the Heguang Mecha Club. The so-called Mecha Club is, to put it simply, a mecha training ground. Of course, it offers more than just mecha training, it also includes anti-gravity training, endurance training, and physical training. In other words, the Mecha Club provides everything a mecha pilot needs. While Lin Yuquan can operate a level 3 mecha, his ability to do so likely won't last long, as he hasn't practiced regular physical exercise since entering university. After being thrown into the Heguang Mecha Club by Lin Yuhei, Lin Yuquan began his grueling training. To motivate his younger brother, Lin Yuhei assigned him one of the club's top mecha coaches. Huff, I need a break. Lin Yuquan sprinted diligently on the treadmill, which was set to its highest setting. He'd already been running for 2 hours, but the coach hadn't called a halt. You're already exhausted after just 2 hours, Dongyu exclaimed dramatically, jogging on another treadmill. Isn't this the physical training method you're best at? As a level 6 mecha pilot, Dongyu has been a coach at the club for over a decade, making him a veteran. Dongyu was delighted to be assigned as Lin Yuquan's one-on-one coach, as the third son of the Lin family was well known to many elders. A few years ago, Lin Yuquan had refused to attend military school, insisting on studying cooking. Dong Yu had been deeply disappointed, but unexpectedly, after many twists and turns, this promising mecha pilot had finally found his way back to the right path. A mecha pilot must not only have high mental strength but also excellent physical fitness. Otherwise, forcing a mecha interaction would damage the body. Lin Yuquan's mental strength was C level, but his physical fitness was only D+. Improving his physical fitness was imperative. Dong Yu spent an entire evening enthusiastically planning a training schedule, but unexpectedly, something went wrong during the first lesson. Lin Yuquan, feeling incredibly fit, had begun jogging every morning since deciding to return to mecha training. He didn't need any special physical training, simply practicing mecha combat was enough. Dong Yu was furious when his painstakingly planned training routine was disparaged, leaving him completely worthless. Since you say you run every day to train your stamina, let's have a race and see if you can outrun an old man like me. Lin Yuquan, full of youthful energy, immediately declared, let's have a race. It's just a run, who's afraid of who? They each climbed onto a treadmill, cranked the speed to the highest setting, and began running. After an hour, Lin Yuquan began panting heavily, while Dong Yu remained unperturbed. After 2 hours, Lin Yuquan began wheezing heavily, while Dong Yu remained unperturbed. Lin Yuquan's much-vaunted running skills proved to be utterly rubbish. He was already breathless, while Dong Yu's breathing remained steady, as if he were strolling leisurely in the garden. After 3 hours, Lin Yuquan, exhausted, had to give in. He had reached his limit, any further would have killed him. Lin Yuquan accepted defeat with conviction and could only start training according to the training process planned by Dong Yu. Chapter 23 Rollover, Boy. The first exercise in the physical training routine, rolling around. Rolling around, as the name suggests, involves lying on the ground and rolling back and forth, side to side, with unbridled abandon. In an empty training room, covered in thick carpet, Lin Yuquan rolled around expressionlessly, though he didn't understand the point of such training. In a corner of the training area sat a table and 4 small chairs. An old man and a young woman were leisurely cracking sunflower seeds and sipping tea. Grandpa Dong, do you think my uncle's form is up to standard? Is there anything that needs improvement? The young woman, it turned out, was Lin Miaomiao, who had left home early to accompany her uncle. Lin Yuquan had looked so miserable when he returned home last night that Lin Miaomiao, curious and concerned, inquired a few more times. Then she saw Dong Yu's meticulously designed training routine. Not bad, much more efficient now than at the beginning, Dong Yu said, sipping his tea, his lips curled up, his spirits evident. Lin Miaomiao nodded, agreeing. You know, when Lin Yuquan first started rolling, he was quite clumsy, stopping several times to roll from one side of the room to the other. But now, whenever he wanted to, he could roll all the way to the bottom, never pausing for a second. However, Lin Miaomiao really wanted to know, what are the benefits of rolling around? Does it even build strength? Lin Yuquan paused mid-roll and pricked up his ears. He, too, wanted to know the answer. Lots of benefits, Dong Yu said, cracking sunflower seeds. Seeing the girl before him so engrossed in them, he couldn't resist either. Lin Miaomiao's eyes lit up. Really, if there were so many benefits, she planned to try it, but not here. Rolling in public would be embarrassing. After rolling for an hour, Lin Yuquan breathed a sigh of relief. If there were any benefits, rolling around wouldn't be a difficult feat. Of course it's true, Dong Yu said solemnly, suppressing his smile. I've been researching for years to discover this. Great. Grandpa Dong, could you tell me a little more? Lin Miaomiao said with anticipation. Dong Yu readily agreed, no problem, he was having a pleasant chat with this girl, so he decided to reveal a little. Grandpa Dong, you're so kind, Lin Miaomiao said, her aloofness gone, leaving behind a sweet-mouthed Lin Miaomiao. Lin Miaomiao's compliment was direct, but Dong Yu appreciated it, so he readily mentioned the benefits. When I was young, I went to the battlefield. My comrades and I drove mechas to break through the encirclement and rushed into a desolate planet on the border. But the enemy was still chasing us, and we had no choice but to flee forward. However, the energy of the mecha was limited. At that time, I could only drive a level 4 mecha. When the energy was exhausted, the mecha fell from mid-air, and I thought I would die. Fortunately, I encountered a big tree and got a buffer, and I was lucky enough to get back with my life. Then I found that the mecha had a serious collision and was about to explode, so I had to jump out of the cockpit. The mecha was so tall that jumping down would inevitably cause injury. I was unlucky and broke both legs. Seeing that the mecha was about to explode, I rolled up at the critical moment. At this point, Dongyu acted with lingering fear. Fortunately, I was smart at that time and rolled quickly, otherwise I would not be sitting here today. Lin Yuquan's face darkened. He stopped rolling and sat cross-legged on the ground, asking sinisterly, "So you asked us to train this just to escape?" Of course, Dongyu didn't think there was anything wrong. This is a life-saving skill. It's very useful. After he finished speaking, Dongyu realized that the person who asked the question was not Lin Miaomiao, and immediately looked at Lin Yuquan with dissatisfaction. "What are you doing? You are not listening again. Why don't you practice quickly?" Lin Yuquan's face turned red with anger. "I said you want to train physical strength, but you train this unreliable escape skill." Puchy. Lin Miaomiao couldn't help laughing. She couldn't wear the cold masks today. Dongyu frowned. "Nonsense. I have one of the best mecha training rooms here. How could I plan an unreliable project? I don't believe you have always trained mecha pilots like this," Lin Yuquan said angrily, but an idea suddenly came to his mind. "By the way, the first training you said yesterday morning was rock climbing. Are you deliberately making trouble for me?" The more he thought about it, the more he felt that he had guessed the truth. Lin Yuquan stood up suddenly. "I'm not leaving." Dongyu felt a little guilty when his purpose was guessed, but on second thought, this kid doesn't respect his teacher. Shouldn't he be given a school motto? That's right, he needs to be taught a lesson, even if the president knows he is not afraid. Dongyu felt confident and said righteously, "You must have heard it wrong yesterday." "I didn't hear it wrong." Lin Yuquan was unconvinced. "If I said I heard it wrong, then I heard it wrong." Dongyu refused to admit it, and even threatened, "You promised yesterday that you would obey me in all training. If you don't want to, I will tell the president." Lin Yuquan. Lin Miaomiao, who was watching, laughed. "Uncle, I think you should just train obediently. In fact, rolling around like this might really help you exercise your body, and it's also an extra life-saving skill." Lin Yuquan raised his eyebrows, and his already pleasant voice became even warmer and more pleasant. "Miaomiao really thinks so? Of course. Come on, uncle," Lin Miaomiao encouraged. "Roll over, young man." In that case, Lin Yuquan smiled maliciously, "You can try it too." Oh, Lin Miaomiao's smile froze. "I'll forget it, uncle. Have you forgotten that I'm still recovering from my injury?" He was determined not to do such a shameful and useless thing. Lin Yuquan rolled his eyes. "Your injury is in your spiritual realm. Just don't use your mental energy. Exercise won't hurt, forget it." Lin Miaomiao regained her cool demeanor and feigned composure. "I've been studying and training hard, so I decided to take a good vacation." "Miaomiao, are you really not going to reconsider? Isn't your uncle good to you? Besides, didn't you volunteer to exercise with your uncle today?" Lin Yuquan launched into a friendly offensive. "I'll remember your kindness to me." Lin Miaomiao decided to leave early. "I have something to do at the store early today, so I have to go first. Goodbye, uncle, and Grandpa Dong." Without waiting for Lin Yuquan to reply, Lin Miaomiao quickly stood up and sprinted towards the door, disappearing from Lin Yuquan's sight in a matter of seconds. "You little brat," Lin Yuquan scolded with a smile. "You're lucky you ran fast, otherwise, what else? Get out of here. Stop wasting time here." Dongyu interrupted Lin Yuquan's afterthought. After finally finding someone he could chat with, he was scared off. Dongyu was in a bad mood, and since he was in a bad mood, the culprit couldn't escape either. "It's just a matter of getting out of here." "Who's afraid of who?" Lin Yuquan gritted his teeth, closed his eyes, and rolled back to the ground. Chapter 24. The Guest Looking for Trouble. Lin Miaomiao left the mecha club and checked the time. It was only a little after 9 o'clock. It seemed a bit early to go to the store. But then she thought, the area was all houses, and there wasn't much to see. She might as well go to the store early. If she was bored, she could browse star.net. You know, supermarkets and stores are generally located on star.net these days. While there are brick-and-mortar stores, few people are willing to go out and shop because star.net is more convenient and faster, and most importantly, you can shop all day without getting tired. After opening the door and entering the store, Lin Miaomiao locked it from the inside. The waiters she had hired hadn't arrived yet. She wasn't planning on opening early, so there wouldn't be any customers at this hour. She browsed star.net for over half an hour, seeing some clothes and bags she liked and wanting to buy them, but she ultimately held back. When she first arrived, Lin Miaomiao had been amazed by the original owner's six-figure savings, but after partnering with Uncle Lin, her savings had shrunk significantly to 5 figures. Buying a commercial optical computer alone cost her 200,000 credits. Opening a store was a real drain on her money, and Lin Miaomiao felt a bit depressed. Of course, Lin Miaomiao didn't know that the commercial computer they bought was a high-end product. Most shop owners wouldn't be willing to spend on it, and only a savvy, pricey guy like Lin Yin would buy it. At 9:55, Lin Miaomiao opened the shop door. Fang Jie and another waiter, Zhu Xiaoqi, were already waiting at the door. "Good morning, Miss Lin," the two waiters said in unison. "Good morning," Lin Miaomiao nodded, then asked expressionlessly, "Have you been waiting so long?" The shop usually opened at 9:45, but today, she'd been so caught up in shopping that she'd almost forgotten the time. Lin Miaomiao mentally crossed herself out. "Bad review." "No, we just arrived," Zhu Xiaoqi quickly replied. Fang Jie nodded in agreement. He always arrived before 9:50. "That's good," Lin Miaomiao said as she entered the cashier's booth to turn on the computer. After confirming it was functioning properly, Lin Miaomiao turned and went into the kitchen, where she usually stayed in the shop. "She is so pretty but has such a cold personality. What a waste," Zhu Xiaoqi couldn't help muttering in a low voice. "I guess she can't even make friends." After successfully applying for the job, Zhu Xiaoqi was quite happy to know that the head chef and store manager was a girl about the same age as herself. She originally wanted to build a good relationship with a head chef, learn cooking skills from her and become a chef in the future. But Lin Miaomiao's personality was too cold, and Zhu Xiaoqi's enthusiasm could not melt the ice at all, which made Zhu Xiaoqi very depressed. "Stop it, be careful not to let her hear it," Fang Jie whispered to stop Zhu Xiaoqi's complaints. "What are you afraid of?" "I didn't say anything bad about her," Zhu Xiaoqi disagreed. In her opinion, Fang Jie was really timid. Fang Jie pursed her lips. No one is a fool. Even he can see what Zhu Xiaoqi is thinking, let alone the store manager. The customer arrived a little early today. Lin Miaomiao was still directing the robot to chop the vegetables when a customer arrived. It was not yet 11:30, and through the glass window, Lin Miaomiao could see the customer, a middle-aged man in a suit and tie, sporting a protruding belly. Lin Miaomiao was somewhat puzzled. Baldness due to stress these days was common, but men with protruding bellies were rare. Poor people took supplements to avoid developing a belly, while wealthy people focused on their appearance. Effective and harmless weight loss pills were readily available online. So, why did this man still have a protruding belly? Was it a matter of aesthetic taste? While Lin Miaomiao was daydreaming, the customer's order appeared on the virtual kitchen screen: a boiled fish fillet, a steamed pork with rice flour, and finally a 3 fresh soup. Lin Miaomiao's wild thoughts retreated, and she focused on cooking. The fish needed to be freshly killed, a task the robot had to prepare. The steamed pork with rice flour would be marinated pork belly, mixed with rice flour, and steamed over high heat. 15 minutes later, the first customers' dishes were served, and customers who had gotten off work early began to arrive. Lin Miaomiao was busy as she heard a commotion outside the kitchen. Zhu Xiaoqi ran in, her face full of panic. "Miss Lin, someone wants to see the manager." Looking at the long menu on the virtual screen, Lin Miaomiao couldn't help but frown. Wouldn't it be a waste of time to ask her out at this time? "Did the customer say anything?" Lin Miaomiao asked. Zhu Xiaoqi shook her head. "He just said he wasn't satisfied with the food." Lin Miaomiao was helpless. "I'll finish cooking this dish and leave. Please ask the customer to wait. Having 2 jobs is not a good thing. The restaurant is profitable now, so it seems they need to hire another chef. It's a bit early, but her uncle has already figured out another way out, and Lin Miaomiao doesn't want to work any harder. She still has 3 years left anyway. If she doesn't have enough pocket money, she can just ask her cheap dad for it." Lin Miaomiao thought irresponsibly. After leaving the kitchen, Lin Miaomiao walked directly to the customer who wanted to see her and greeted him politely but coolly. "Hello, I'm Lin Miaomiao, the manager here. What may I do for you?" The first customer of the day, a middle-aged, pot-bellied man, asked to speak to the manager. The pot-bellied man looked Lin Miaomiao up and down impudently, then sneered, "So a young girl is the manager? I heard from the waiter that you're also the head chef? No wonder the food is so bad." "Bad?" Lin Miaomiao raised an eyebrow, her eyes scanning the 2 dishes and the soup on the table. There were only 2 pieces of steamed pork with rice flour left, less than a third of the boiled fish fillet remained, and only the 3 fresh soup was less than half finished. With so much food, and the customer having such a good appetite, how could such a dish be considered bad? The other customers in the restaurant also looked over. After seeing the leftovers on the table, they thought the same thing as Lin Miaomiao. After eating so much, you still have the nerve to complain about the food being bad? Big brother, you're just being funny. At that moment, a customer pointed at the big-bellied man and said, "You've eaten so much and you're still looking for trouble. Are you trying to eat for free? How can I want to eat for free if I've already paid?" The big-bellied man retorted loudly. "That's not necessarily true. Maybe he wants to make a scene and ask the store to refund some credit points," a customer muttered in a low voice. However, no matter how low he spoke, everyone in the store heard it clearly, so he echoed his words. The big-bellied man was immediately furious and said, "When I said bad, I didn't mean the taste." "You don't mean the taste?" Lin Miaomiao was very confused. "Then what do you mean?" "I mean, the dishes in your store only focus on taste, not health and nutrition," the big-bellied man said with his nose turned up. Such behavior is seriously irresponsible to the customers. "Oh," Lin Miaomiao asked humbly, "can you tell me what's unhealthy about our dishes?" The big-bellied man immediately became energetic. Even if Lin Miaomiao didn't ask, he would have said it. "Look at your boiled fish fillets. You put so many chilies. How can people with a bad stomach stand it?" Chapter 25. Go back to where you came from. "There's too much chili in the boiled fish slices," Lin Miaomiao nodded. "Anything else?" The big-bellied man became complacent when he saw that Lin Miaomiao didn't refute him. He stretched out his hand and pointed at the dishes on the table. "And the steamed pork with rice flour. The rice flour is too coarse and the meat is too fatty. Eating too much will make you fat?" Lin Miaomiao continued to nod. "Eating too much fatty meat will make you fat. Is that all? And this 3 fresh soup is a little too bland," the big-bellied man said, feeling that he was making a point. "If you can't even put more salt, then what's the point of running a restaurant? Just close it early." If Lin Miaomiao still didn't understand what was going on after hearing this, she would doubt her own IQ. It turned out that the store's business was too good, and the jealousy of the competitors made them come to pick a fight. Lin Miaomiao sighed and decided to make a quick decision. There were still many customers waiting to be served. It would be bad to delay their work. Not considering the guests' health, only seeking to make money, such unscrupulous behavior is unacceptable, the portly man continued to lecture. Young people should learn more. Remember the past. Taking advantage of the portly man's complacency, Lin Miaomiao suddenly asked, "Excuse me, which restaurant are you the head chef of?" The portly man reflexively replied, "I'm from Mizihui." Before he could even utter the word chef, the portly man realized he'd said something he shouldn't have and quickly shut up. Unfortunately, words spoken are like spilled water, and there's no time to regret them. As the saying goes, knowing yourself and your enemy ensures victory in every battle. Even before opening his restaurant, Lin Yuquan had already ascertained the situation of the nearby restaurants. Lin Miaomiao looked through the information about Mizihui, thought for a moment, and smiled faintly. "So you're the head chef of Mizihui. I wonder if you're Chef Liu or Chef Li." "It doesn't matter who I am." The big-bellied man looked around warily, trying to steer the conversation. "What's important is the problem I just discovered." "Of course." Lin Miaomiao nodded in agreement, turning to look around the store. "I believe everyone is also very concerned about what you just said." "Right." Everyone nodded. How could they not care when it came to their health? Lin Miaomiao was very calm. "Then let me explain it briefly to everyone. The boiled fish fillets are available in 3 flavors, mild spicy, medium spicy, and extra spicy. You can choose freely according to your own needs. As long as you choose properly, it won't cause stomachache." Indeed, those who had ordered the boiled fish fillets agreed, while those who hadn't ordered pressed the menu button on the corner of the table to call out the virtual menu for a closer look. If the flour for the steamed pork with rice flour is too fine, it will easily clump together, which will affect the taste of the dish. As for the saying that eating too much greasy food will make you fat, I personally think that everyone who comes here to eat wants to eat something new. It's impossible to order steamed pork with rice flour every meal, right? Lin Miaomiao continued to explain. Everyone praised again. With so many dishes on the menu, how can you order the same thing every meal? That would be such a waste. Everyone was very reasonable. And Lin Miaomiao was in a good mood. As for the 3 fresh soup, It's all about freshness and sweetness. Would adding too much salt be like overshadowing the main flavor? That's right, the shop owner said it very well, a customer loudly supported. The big-bellied man's face darkened. It's useless to say so much. The most important thing is that you use too many seasonings in your dishes. There's no nutrition at all. Before Lin Miaomiao could refute, Fang Jie, who was standing aside, couldn't help but say, it's not easy to get nutrition. Don't eat meals, just take nutritional supplements directly. That's the best way to supplement nutrition. That's right, taking nutritional supplements is more convenient and saves money. A fashionable female customer looked at the big-bellied man suspiciously. I've been to Ms. Hawaii before. The food tastes only a little better than what robots make. You didn't come here to cause trouble because the business is good. The big-bellied man's eyes flashed, and he shouted guiltily, how is that possible? As a chef, can't you try the skills of your colleagues? It's normal to learn from each other. It's indeed normal. How can you find fault if you don't try it? Lin Miaomiao complained in her heart, but she didn't want to waste any more time. Of course it's normal. You're welcome to try it more often when you are free, but I have something to do now. I'll excuse you first. Without waiting for the big-bellied man to answer, Lin Miaomiao had already returned to the kitchen. Hey, wait a minute, the pot-bellied man tried to call back Lin Miaomiao. His goal of discrediting the Lin family restaurant failed, and he ended up exposing himself. He wasn't going to accept that. The majority of the diners were employees of the Heguang Mecha group. They all knew the relationship between the restaurant chef and their president, so naturally they were partial to Lin Miaomiao. Besides, people were honest. Lin Miaomiao's cooking was not bad, much better than the chef at Mizui. Suddenly, everyone started to criticize him. Are you done yet? I'm not like you, nitpicking. I'm still waiting for the food to be served. That's right. We have to go to work soon. If we're too late, we'll be late. Don't go around blaming others if your own food isn't good. If your cooking isn't good, go back and practice. What's the point of finding fault with others? Being criticized by everyone, the pot-bellied man felt a little uneasy. He couldn't get away with this. Fang Jie was standing not far from the big-bellied man. Seeing this, she quietly moved to his side and whispered, I think you should go back to where you came from, otherwise you will be embarrassed later. You? The big-bellied man was so angry that he was gasping for breath. He wanted to curse, but he knew that the truth was exactly as the waiter said, so he could only say hatefully, just wait and see. The big-bellied man stood up rudely, and the chair made a loud noise, which instantly caused everyone's dissatisfaction. What a lack of manners. Fang Jie, however, smiled and said goodbye loudly to the big-bellied man from behind. Goodbye, guest, and welcome back next time. After the colleague who was picking on her left, Lin Miaomiao finally breathed a sigh of relief. She was really not good at dealing with these things. It seemed that in addition to the chef, she would have to hire a store manager. Thinking secretly in her heart, Lin Miaomiao took the opportunity to glance at Fang Jie, who was greeting the guests outside enthusiastically. Although this kid looked a bit like a punching bag, he was not afraid of things. Perhaps after training him well, he could take on big responsibilities. It seemed like this matter needed to be discussed carefully with her uncle. Lin Miaomiao thought for a moment and sent a text message to Lin Yuquan. It was already past 1 o'clock when Lin Miaomiao finished. Just as she was about to take a break, she suddenly remembered that the takeout Ye Hongwen had ordered hadn't arrived yet. She was shocked and exclaimed, oh no. She quickly cooked 2 light meat dishes and 1 vegetable dish, packed up the food, and then remembered the pot of chicken soup she had prepared for herself today. Teacher Ye had a weak stomach, so chicken soup would be perfect to nourish her. It would also be an apology for the late lunch. Making up her mind, Lin Miaomiao took out a spare insulated box, filled it with a bowl of chicken soup, and put it along with the food into the conveyor belt on the optical computer. In the teacher's dormitory at the Milulan Military Academy, Ye Hongwen, who had finally waited for today's lunch, nodded in satisfaction. Although it was a little late, the girl was still a good person, so she didn't deduct a meal fee. End of this chapter. Thank you so much for reading until the end. Don't forget to give it a like. Looking for more exclusive content and immediate access? Subscribe to our Patreon. Remember, every like, subscription or donation encourages us to continue. Thank you all. See you in the next video.